Stream keeps buffering for you. Talk to you later. Okay, bye, Tony. It started doing a cutscene, so I'm like, I don't want to make them miss that yet. Bim, 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 bim. Yes, that's right. She hasn't set one foot outside her room today either. And she's still talking about that friend of hers. I keep telling her there is no such person. And when I do, she gives me such a stare. I've never seen her look at me that way before. Never. Please, she was always such a bright and cheery girl. Hey, Mom. Where did that happy daughter of mine go? What happened to her? Please, try to stay calm. The matter must be handled with the utmost care. Remember, your daughter has it even rougher than you. You mustn't think of her as a lost cause, or she'll never get the help that she needs. Moved a little fast that time. Rest assured, I'll do everything in my power to assist you. Let's work together and bring that happy little girl of yours back. Yes, yes, you're right. Thank you. I feel better just hearing you say that. I think I'm going to go check on her. Alright, be careful though. Try not to say anything that might upset her. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Naomi? Naomi, have you gone to bed already? It's your mom. I'm coming in. That's not ominous at all. Naomi, I can't believe you're still in that same spot. Standing all day must be killing your legs. Why not have a seat on the bed? You know, I had a really lovely encounter today. I was out shopping and I happened to notice an adorable little kitten at the pet shop. You've been begging me for a cat, right? It was a beautiful auburn fold. It just kept staring at me. I could barely pry myself away from it. I'd love to introduce you to. Maybe tomorrow we can go out and see it. Your teacher said it would be okay for you to skip school if you want. So why not ditch class and do some shopping with your mom, Doesn't that sound nice? Come on, Naomi. Why are you just standing there? Is someone with you? I didn't like the audio for that was weird. Naomi, please listen very closely to me and don't get mad. I just want to ask about your friend. I want to know more about her. This girl, Seiko, from your class. How long has she been there? Always. And what class is it again? Max. Hello, Beater. Yes, that's right. You've always said it's a wonderful homeroom where everyone gets along beautifully. But the thing is... Sorry, I'm not tuning in. Oh, you're fine. We posted some funny clips if you want to go look at my TikTok. The thing is, no one else from your class... Get out. You don't believe a word I'm saying, so just get the hell out of my room. Why did you even come up here? Why pretend like you care when you don't even believe me? You think I'm crazy, don't you? Bunk, bunk, bunk. They're also on my YouTube Beater if you wanted to see them. Naomi, stop it. You're going to hurt your hand. Listen, there's no such person as Seiko. You have to pull yourself together. Please. I am together. It's everyone else who's gone mad. Please, you need to calm down. Leave me alone. You can all go to hell. I know she's real. Remember when the doctor said not to say anything that might upset her? Naomi, please, I'm begging you, just calm down, please. I don't use TikTok. It's fine. Ah, let go of me. Let go of me. It's alright, Naomi. It's medicine. It'll help you relax. She do got some bad PTSD. No!
Yes.
Naomi, take the medicine. Take it. No, I don't want to. Yeah, there's the thing. There's the thing. Why won't anyone believe me? It's all good though for not using TikTok. I was gonna say I'm only using it right now to try to just get some promotion. Emma is gonna start helping me out trying to find the funny clips from my streams, and we're gonna post it on like the different platforms to try to promote my channel some more. So hopefully that helps. She got a lot of funny ones from today's stream. It was really funny. I'm gonna end up posting the full VOD on my YouTube, but it was a funny stream. I am not a good cook. Not a good cook. But it turned out okay. It tastes okay. It tastes good, I should say. It's fair. Gotta do as much promoting as I can, just like with the merchandise. I don't even make a profit on the merchandise. I've said that many times, but like I'm like, it's marketing too. One of Max's friends bought 2 shirts, and he doesn't even watch my channel. I was like, that's sick. You made a good lasagna though? I think it's good. Max took a bite and said it was good. It's my first time ever making lasagna. All I know how to cook is tacos. And we made quite the mess at one point because it didn't tell me when to re-add the meat. And so we had a lid on the sauce. And then I was like, I'm just going to add the meat now. And I took off the lid and there was a lot of tomato sauce. Where does the profit go then? It's just sold at cost. It's sold 100% at cost. The absolute cheapest I'm allowed to sell it. So that way, because if I wanted to make a profit on it, I'm like, a $17 shirt, you then have to pay $22 on it. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want expensive merch. I'm not a big enough channel for expensive merch. So I figure, hey, anyone who's around now, you'll get the merch for free. And then maybe if I end up being big on Twitch, we'll make it more expensive. But I don't know. I'm like, I feel like, because if you guys, oops, my thing's all messed up too. Is that better? Am I not peeking as much anymore? That's better. Damn, I feel bad. It's all good. But I'm like, I want you guys to like have the merch because you want it, you know? I'm like, if you guys want to give me money, I don't want you to have to pay 30 bucks for me to make $5, you know? I'm like, I feel bad about that kind of stuff, and I'm not trying to exploit y'all. I don't do this for money or anything, like I've said, so it's like, I just want it to be a good time. So that was my executive decision, is I'm selling them all as cheap as possible. You guys buy them for the same price I buy them for. But I was excited. I also have my shirt on too. I have 2 shirts. This one's got the Dead as Heck on the front, and on the back it's got the Murder is Cool in the Game, of course. And then on the sleeve it says my arm, my name. It says my arm, it says my name. But yeah. And here we are with Mocha Shadows. That's very loud. Let's go ahead and turn that down. What if we put everything at like a 40? We'll put voices at like a 60. Fast ending, okay. How far do I have to go? Do I have to really? Really? Wait, where's? There you go, okay. And then, well, yeah, that. Yeah? It didn't do it. Wait, what? Oh, I have to up. Well, I can't even like hold scroll in this menu. Can I go backwards? Did that go faster? No. Bro, how low can the graphics go? I was hoping this would loop faster. There we go. Wait, where was the 140? I thought there had originally been a 140, but... Oh wait, is it like...
I gotta grab here.
Is it like...
No.
Okay, this menu's weird. I'm throwing a fit. Okay, well I guess we'll do that. Apply.
The Reaper.
Okay, my screens are freaking out. What did it moved it off of just... Oh. It looped.
Not good.
Oh my god, you guys can't even see this. It's on the wrong monitor. I gotta go through the whole menu again. There we go. Where is this? Apply. Where is it? Okay. Where are my other things? Where? What the heck? Why is this that size? What is going on? This game did not like the graphics. One moment. There we go. All we see here is PC settings. Max is playing Overwatch, and I told him to be quiet, and he's not behaving it very well. What the heck? What the heck is going... My things are on 2 different screens. What is going on?
What's up?
What the heck is going on? Wait, is there any, like... Is there reset anywhere?
Are you trying to meet up with me again?
What the heck? How it's taking up 2 monitors. I'm like, what did I what? I don't get it.
What's up? Like we could all meet up at your house and then see what people want to do.
Bro, this is a disaster. Yeah, it's not working. Why was it taking up 2 monitors at the same time? Okay, now it's on 1 monitor. This is some bullshit. I wish you could have seen everything I just had to go through. Okay. Let's hope it's good enough and that we never have to look at graphics settings ever again in our life. That's what I vote for. All agreed, all agreed. Gosh dang. Continue?
What the hell?
Load game? Oh, I was like, why did it even give me the option? Ooh. Oh, what lovely weather. I wonder how Ayumi's faring at school today. I hope she's enjoying herself. Maximus. Maximus.
Swing away, swing.
I'm gonna yell at him.
Oh.
Hey, wait, I have a better idea. Let's open Battle.net and we'll message him in Overwatch. I'm gonna message him real quick. Because he won't listen to me. I told him not to talk, and he agreed, and look at him go. I'm like, I know the headphones are noise canceling. He won't hear me.
I'm dead.
In all caps, I said, stop talking. Maximus. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna fight him. The spirits seem unusually active again, though. And there's that old sense of unease, too. Like the same one Ayumi and I have been feeling all our lives, but stronger than ever. I don't like it one bit. I can sense its presence. It's gotten very, very close. But that's preposterous, right? I'm probably just imagining things. At least he's having fun. Not the time. Maybe it would be best if I talked with her about it. I only hope nothing bad happens. Random loading screen. Is it supposed to be like pentagrams? Flop.
Good.
I threw down my bag, collapsed onto the bed, and stared up at the ceiling. These were my familiars. The familiar lighting, the familiar patterns I knew so well, and that familiar stain in the corner. I remember when my dad made that stain. It was my 5th birthday, and he just opened a can of soda. Something. Staring up at my ceiling was something I'd done a million times before, but today it felt strange, like I'd come from just doing the exact same thing. And I'm not talking the general act of lying in bed and looking up, but a more specified sense that I'd experienced a singular moment in time once before. Bam, bam, bam. I believe the term you're looking for is déjà vu. Supposedly, déjà vu signifies that a new destiny has just been born within you. Watch out for me, I appear when you least expect it. Use protection. So congratulations, Nakashima. You may be a whole new person now. So said the class rep, making light of the situation in her usual creepy way. But maybe she was right. I had been more cognizant of my actions since then. Does your beanie sandwich the potato? It does! Look at it. Here, I'll show you. It's on my it's on my store page. But, you see it? It's got the little Twitch logo. Why? It's incredibly comfy. Like, it's, like, actually, like, thick and really good material. Like, I actually adore it. I'm like, this is gonna be my snowboarding beanie now. But yeah, me and Max got matching ones. That way you can tell people, like, hey, subscribe. I love it. 10 out of 10 would recommend, but I'm biased. Oops, why am I trying to click this to move my scene? Chatting scene. Usually, if I pay too much attention to every little thing I do, I begin obsessing, and then I just give myself a headache and end up calling it quits. But this déjà vu was real, and it was far stronger than it had any right to be. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill spooky feeling, it was all-encompassing. Oh, no matter where you go in this house, it all smells just like you, Naomi. Is this heaven? We're about to get to the special scene that I'm sure everybody who's ever seen this game remembers. I swear, Seiko, doesn't it feel like this has all happened once before? What has? You, sleeping over here. And then the next day we were both like, hey, let's go clothes shopping. Don't you remember? Surely you jest. Long have I sought to capture thee and infiltrate the walls of this holy temple, but today marks my first successful conquest. Yeah, I guess this isn't the sort of thing I'd have forgot quite so easy. Maybe just be my imagination. Must just be my imagination. Finally, our flag has been planted. Seiko and Naomi together at last. Look at a little uwu face. You bet. This is going to be lots of fun. What's all this about a flag? Oh, I think you know. And so began my first ever slumber party with Seiko. The moment 5th period ended that day, we tore right out of school and loaded up on all the junk food and drinks we could carry. Seiko and I had been friends forever, but neither of us stayed at the other's house before, so we were both pretty excited. This was gonna be fun! What's the one small nitpick? What did I do? Naomi, do you mind if I make a quick call home? The kids know where I'll be, but I should still check on them since I didn't have a chance to swing by. And it's okay to nitpick me, I want to do better. You're looking at the website. Oh, do you not like the snow? My little snow? I can turn that off in like 2 seconds. I just thought it was cute. Okay, go ahead. Is it gonna be mean or constructive? Sure, go ahead. Do you need to use the landline? No, my cell phone would be just fine. I just worry about poor little you know? He'd be sad if I didn't at least call. No problem. You do your thing and I'll take a quick bathroom break. It's not mean, I promise, then say it! You're building up so much anticipation! I exited my room, glancing behind me to see Seiko holding herself under her head with one hand while flashing a peace sign with the other. The mere idea that there'd be a friend waiting for me in my room when I got back was just so exciting. Oh, the things we could talk about that night. Where should we start? What stories should we tell? Yeah, okay. Looks like Dad's going to be late coming home tomorrow, so I'll head your way after festival cleanup and all the goodbyes. Well, yeah, we're gonna have other merchandise. This was just the first idea. Duh. It's obviously not for everyone, and this isn't like the only merch I'm ever gonna do. It was just like our first idea of the idea of it. What was I gonna say? First idea for merch that somebody had wanted, and so when I have money, I can commission more. Yeah, there's more coming. I want to do like a bunch of it. I want to make options. We just have to like, everyone just has to give me ideas of like what kind of things would you want me to commission for a shirt, you know? Like the Murder is Cool was just like the first one that people wanted because it was funny. So yeah, that's just the one that we started with. I will commission more. This is literally set number 1. Give me time. Then we can get ready for Dad's special surprise together. Okay? Yep. Give all my love to the others and make sure you all tuck in tight tonight so you don't catch colds. Take care, you. They holding up okay? Sure are, which means I've got nothing to worry about. I can enjoy my time with you to the fullest. Plus, Vita, if you don't want something that says murder is cool or dead as heck, you could buy my beanie. Just saying. I also have a mouse pad if you don't want to walk around with a shirt of it. I'm just kidding. You don't have to buy anything. I'm just messing around. Sounds like you're ready to have some fun. And I'll bet you are too. So, what should we talk about? Anything you'd like. I'm just glad to have this blissful opportunity. I really can't say why I felt so shy and embarrassed. The two of us were always together after all. Changing the setting from school to my personal space just seemed to bring us a lot closer. I found myself staring at Seiko's face, as if studying it. Did she always look like that? This was someone who regarded me as a friend. All kinds of inane thoughts were swimming through my head, and for some reason they were making me really nervous. Hey, you know what we've got? We've got that chocolate soda we brought. Want to try it out? You know how merch that's art on it only, like you and Luna? Exactly, yeah. Yeah, the text is separated, so I could do that. I could honestly... So tomorrow I get foot surgery, but that's actually a really good idea. And so if you want me to, Beater, can you like make a note about it in Discord, or like can you just like message me on Discord? I don't know if you can, but if you can message me on Discord and just like say that idea out, just so when I look back on it, I'll have it there. But I could actually do that like as early as tomorrow. I can put out a bunch of them. I'll just erase it in Photoshop. If we wanted to do those logos just without the text. I can do that. Hey, you know what we got? We've got that chocolate soda we bought. Want to try it out? Do I? Just try and stop me. Message you, no worries. Hell yeah. I took out the bottle we'd purchased and poured its fizzy contents into 2 cups. It had the faintest tinge of chocolate color, but otherwise it was clear. As it hit the bottom of each cup, that familiar, comforting sizzle of carbonic acid rising from liquid echoed forth amidst a froth of bubbles. It's a very complicated way to explain soda. Well, it's sure a pretty color, but what do we do with the rest of it if it sucks? We take it with us into school tomorrow and offer it up to everyone. Make like we're being real nice, you see? Hey, that's a good idea. Alright, here you go, Seiko. Thanks! Okay, let's drink it down in the count of 3. Sounds good. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Damn, that's good. Before I knew it, we were up to our old tricks, talking on and on like we always did at school. We smiled and laughed and felt joy, all the same things. At all the same time. Wait, at all the same things. But I wish I knew how to read, you know? I'd gotten this far in life, I didn't think I needed it at this point. Spending all this time together, we could each forget about all our troubles for a while. This was the kind of friend that comes along only once in a lifetime. I was starting to get really sentimental, and I had no idea why. I certainly couldn't admit it to her, though, or I'd never hear the end of it. I just kept thinking to myself, I really hope Seiko and I can be friends like this clean into adulthood, for the rest of our lives, even. Maybe it was that same weird sense of camaraderie one tends to feel during overnight field trips. I don't know. You kidding? You're the best narrator here. Appreciate it, Peter. Miss Nakashima, this food is stupendous. Come on, Naomi, say ah. Thank you. You two certainly are close, aren't you? I've heard so much about you, Shinohara, that I felt I had simply had to meet you one of these days. Ooh, Naomi's been talking about me, has she? Oh, all the time. During meals, you're always a hot topic around here. She never fails to have some story about where you two went out or what you did. Oh, so I've been accepted by the family then. My tears of joy overflow at the prospect. I must be red as a beet right now.
セイコ
Seiko? Oh, and it's not just you. Naomi also loves talking about that Satoshi Mochida boy. Whenever he comes up, he just gets so excited. I think she likes...
お母さん
Mom, ixnay on the toshise, okay? Also, by the way, I'm not gonna be showing the part that everyone who's seen the game knows about. I will hide it. Just saying. I'll read parts and omit as I need, but yeah. Mila, you don't even know what it is. I feel like this is still too loud. Is this better? Am I quieter now? I feel like I'm so loud. Somebody tell me if I'm yelling too loud. Sorry, dear. Oh, don't worry. I know all about her feelings toward her beloved Mochida. Naomi may seem like a strong girl, but she's really quite the shy one.
セイコ
Seiko, stop. Just stop. Was it the bathing part? It's a shower. Yeah. And it's covered. But I'd rather not have it.
あなた
Well, you're certainly well informed. What say you and I have a girls' night out sometime?
おいしいものごちそう
I'll
して
treat you to something good, and in return, you tell me everything you know about Naomi from school.
喜ぶ
Like I said, boo. Miller just knows it's anime, and I said I won't show it, and he's upset. He misses Tits McGee, it's been a while. It would be an honor and a privilege, Mrs. Nakashima.
と
Hey, come on now. Well then, you two have gotten sufficiently stuffed? Have you two gotten sufficiently
お
stuffed?
湯張ってあるからお風呂
How'd your meat turn out? It was great, Miller. The video's hilarious. If you look at my YouTube or at my TikTok, we posted the clips about it, and it's very funny. I didn't know. A lot of it's about how I didn't know the proper way to prepare garlic. And Emma was stressing out. I've drawn a bath. Oh, you're right, it is a bath. I've drawn a bath, so you should head in while the water's still warm. I assume you'll be okay going in together since you're both girls, no? Damn straight, my flag is firmly planted now. The day is totally won.
何何
Emma showed you.
一緒
Hell
ってどう
yeah.
いうこと
Huh? What are you talking about? Are we really going to bathe together? And seriously, what's all this flag business about? Never mind that. Just come on, Mrs. Nakashima. Just come on. Mrs. Nakashima, we're going to borrow your bathroom. Roger that. Make sure you two get nice and warm. You know,
セーラーの襟
we're gonna go ahead and preemptively, I'm not gonna forget to block it there too. Beating your meat and way too much garlic. It actually doesn't taste that garlicky. It's good. It's like the right amount of garlic. Like, I'm a professional. Like they all told me, we measure with the heart. Okay? I was just following instructions. Seiko and I removed the lapels from our school uniforms on the way to the bathroom dressing area. Oh wait, am I not clicked in? I'm not clicked
られ
in.
てやっぱり恥ず
I
かし
still
いから
felt a little uncomfortable, so I suggested we bathe separately after all. But Seiko just mumbled that resistance is futile, and she said about taking my clothes off.
慣れた手つきで
Within a few swift movements, she had my whole outer uniform stripped away in no time at all.
この子はプロだ
She was a bona fide pro, a real expert at taking people's clothes off, disturbingly well practiced. Ah, hot, hot, hot! Seiko cares for her little siblings, her little baby siblings, so yeah, she's a pro. Oof, no kidding. The hot water at your house doesn't mess around.
お母さんがいる
Yeah, Mom likes to run the world's hottest baths. I keep telling her that when you're soaking, lower temperatures are better, but she never listens. Oh, yeah. Here we are. I like her style of resistance is futile. Miller with the struggle snuggles. Oh well. Achoo! What's this? Is your body feeling chilled? Well then, take this. Wow! You're going to catch a cold if you're not careful. You've got to be quicker at taking off your clothes, Naomi. Come on, don't be shy. Here, look this way. It hasn't showed anything yet, but I'm not risking it. Seiko had such a dumb, self-satisfied expression on her face when she scooped up water in the basin and dumped it over our heads.
よく言うよ
I think you're unshy enough for the both of us. I mean, you're the one who tore off all of my clothes like they were paper. Well, I do bathe my little brothers every day, so I've gotten pretty good at speed stripping other people. Ah, okay, that makes sense, actually. Anyway, you need to loosen up. Let's take this opportunity to deepen our friendship.
はいはい
Yes, yes, you've thoroughly broken me out of my shell. Now, how about I wash your back? Have a seat. Oh, yes, please. Speech tripping. Now they're showing things. I lathered up a brand new silk towel with body soap and began washing Seiko's back, marveling at her perfect complexion. They look exactly the same, but Seiko's got little buns. That's literally like the only difference. I never noticed before just what a classic beauty she was. I bought this special just for you, so I hope you're enjoying it. How's it feel? Yeah, that's it right there. And that's when all luggage broke down and when all language broke down and the sounds emanating from the bathroom began resembling strange animalistic cries rather than human speech. They are not doing the do. I will tell you that right now. They're not doing it. Cut it out. You sound demented. I know, this is why they started this way. They show Naomi having a mental breakdown from severe PTSD. And then they gotta show, like, wait, she was okay at one point. Just a little farther up, please. Here? Yeah, right there. Ooh. I made you itchy, I'll bet. Alright, hold still. It didn't take long for Seiko's back to become completely enveloped in soap suds, but I could still detect a reaction to every touch. No. Don't tell me you're ticklish. Guess the secret's out. I'm really, really ticklish. Oh no, I hope nobody tickles me. Ooh. Ooh. Well, in that case, it's a thorough washing you shall get. So you're on the offensive today, are you? Wait, stop! What was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my furious fingerwork. I was on for sure, and nothing was going to stop me from giving Seiko's back the full treatment. After all, homeroom today was spent setting up for the culture festival, so we both got pretty dusty, and ice scrubbing is exactly what we needed. Stop squirming, hold still. Man, Seiko, you're really slender. Like, your shoulder blades are incredible, like a cat's. Are they? I can't really see them, so I wouldn't know. But for you, it's all about that sexy, sexy collarbone. Maximus? Max! What can I throw? Stop playing sound! I was gonna bring the screen back because I'm like, oh, it went away, but now it's back. He threw the paper back at me. What? You sound like an old fogey or something. But so beautiful. No. I don't think that's my collarbone you're staring at. I thought it was on the screen for a second. I just freaked myself out. As I gazed at Seiko, staring at my chest with hungry eyes, I suddenly had another flash of deja vu. An uncomfortable one. My eyes drifted to her neck. There was some sort of mark there. A bruise that wrapped all the way around. Yeah, you guys can't see that. She's got bruising. Seiko, what happened to your neck? Did you scratch yourself or something? Something's there? It's pretty faint, but there's a red mark. Don't remember injuring myself or anything. Think it's worse that I left it to my own imagination. What happened today? I'm being bombarded with ads. Did you change your settings? No. It should be 3 minutes of ads per hour, but it gives you an ad when you come into stream. So maybe you just got caught on an unlucky time of the cycle. But yeah, it should only be 3 minutes of ads per hour. It does 2 segments of 1 minute 30 during that. But yeah, that's like the standard. That's what it's automatically set to. I haven't changed it. Get ad blocker. I don't know. You know, you get me like a penny of ad revenue every time. I'm kidding. The bruise on her neck, though slight, looked less spotty than you'd expect if it were made by a human hands. It seemed more even, like it came from cloth. This is the second time I got 4 consecutive ads. I have no idea. I don't know. I could try turning it down later, but they're like, Twitch like gets all mad at you if you don't have 3 minutes of ads per hour. Probably a result of wearing her kimono cord tight around her neck all day for the red bean soup stand. What a shame to see her pure white skin so damaged. I hope it heals soon, whatever it is. Naomi. I can't hold back any longer.
何が
Huh? What now? I've just gotta grab that ass! You have an ad blocker, it only works on YouTube? Oh, that's a bummer. Chase on. Ah, Seiko, seriously, cool down, girl. I think you've gone totally mental on me. I just can't help myself. Okay, we're good. You know, we do have a spare futon. Don't worry, I'm fine right where I am.
シングルベッドに
Two people sharing a single bed would make for a warm night, but if either of us rolled over, the other was going to wind up clean on the floor.
私が床に
I offered the bed to her and was perfectly willing to spend the night on the rolled-out futon, but she wouldn't have it. Well, as long as you don't feel too crowded, I guess this is fine. Uh-huh. It's all warm and cozy, I love it. If only I could kiss you like this, I'd die a happy woman.
口を数字の3
With that, she puckered her lips into the shape resembling the number 3 and looked at me expectantly. What had gotten into her? She did the ooh-woo face. Ooh-woo. Ooh-woo. No, we'd better not. Happy woman or no, I'd hate to see you die. Ah, damn. Hoisted.
なんだろう
I was just thinking, this is really fun.
正直
It was around that point when I'd started to realize the truth about
多
Seiko.
分
After all, if an outsider were to witness her blatant act of harassment and my complete dismissal of it, they'd assume we were more than friends
仲良
too.
しだけど私
But
は
it's not like I was actually in love with her. I really didn't feel that way at all.
本当に大好き
I just thought of her as a very dear friend, and I figured this
私たち
closeness we had was pretty normal.
だから
It seemed natural, in fact, that our behavior would lead to a third-party misunderstanding every now and again, and I just have to set the record straight.
それはそれで面白い
But
から
honestly, even when situations like that arose, they were pretty fun in their own strange, silly sort of way. You know, this is the first time I've ever had a friend over. This is my first sleepover too. Sure beats lying in bed alone, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Ow. Oh, you okay? I might have slapped you a little too hard back there.
腰の入った
You sure did put your back into it, Slugger. But don't worry, I'm just fine.
聖子がほっぺたを
Seiko was rubbing her face lightly where I struck her, but smiling from cheek to cheek. Sorry again. How about I come stay over at your place next time? What do you say? Oh, I say yes, yes. That way I can introduce you to the little ones. You're absolutely welcome anytime. Thanks.
窓の外から差し込
The
む
moonlight crept its way through my bedroom window. Crept its way in through my bedroom window, giving the whole room a dreamlike glow. Soon enough, I was beginning to nod off.
私は今
Where was I? Was I dreaming? No, it was just my room. I could feel Seiko's warmth next to me.
実は
Or maybe I was somewhere else entirely, and this whole world, all of my life's experiences, were just one big dream. She's having a lot of existential
そ
thoughts
こで見
today.
ている眠くなると
Man, it's hard to form a coherent thought when you're dead tired. Well, tomorrow's a big day. Let's get some sleep. You said it. From a sleepover right into a culture festival. We're true challengers. Don't you dare oversleep. If you do, I'm pulling back the blankets and putting an ice pack on your stomach. Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm such an early riser, I put middle-aged women to shame. I'll hold you to that. Anyway, good night, Seiko. Good night. Thought they were gonna stay up all night talking. Wow, that was quick.
聖子も疲れてる
Seiko must have been exhausted. I could hear her calm, telltale grunts and rhythmic breathing signifying that she was out cold, and it was contagious.
この子
I couldn't get over just how much warmth her body was generating. The previous night was so cold, but this was perfect. She was just like a hot water bottle. So warm. All cuddled up. You ever cuddle up with your homies? Whoa, you're awake? I can hear your voice even from the deepest sleep, Naomi. You've experienced that before during class, remember? Is that some kind of ESP or something? And wait, were you sleeping during class? That's not good. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, that's right.
将来
In the future, even after you get married, will you still spend time with me like this? What? Of course I will. Talk about a bolt from the blue.
本当に
For true?
本当に
For true. I mean, we're friends, you know, through thick and thin, and we always will be. Thanks. Man, you're really a spaz sometimes, you know that?
聖子がバサッ
Seiko yanked the covers up over her head like some girly anime heroine. If she really did think of me as more than a friend, how was I supposed to react?
I'm going to go
Naomi.
check it out.
ずっと一緒に
Let's always be together. You bet. Good night, Seiko. Good night. Seiko and I seemed to be thinking the same thing.
嬉しい反
We were
面
both so happy, but there was another side to the coin. There was a certain awkwardness as well. It was a strange sensation. So a lot of S's. That's my problem.
やっぱりすぐ
Soon
に
enough,
泣いて
Seiko
る
began
から
moaning and breathing heavily for real. She had fallen fast asleep, facing me, curled into the fetal
目
position.
の前で寝ている
As I lay
聖子
there
の
staring at her
頭を
head,
じっ
my
と
hand
見ている
moved on its own volition and began gently
不意に手
stroking
が
her
動い
hair.
ておかしい
Strangely, it didn't feel awkward or embarrassing at all. Perhaps because I knew she was asleep, it just felt natural.
そのまま
It slid my hand more toward her back and continued rubbing her head gently, like a mother would her child's. What a lovely shape her head was. Perfectly round. I just kept stroking her hair, thinking about this and that.
聖子が
Suddenly, she clung to me and buried her face in my
しがみ
chest.
ついてくる
Was she still half awake? What a strange scene this was. But just for tonight, I was willing to let it slide. There, there. Good girl. Good girl. Only Luna's a good girl. That's it. Only room on this slide is for Luna.
今日夕方から雨降る
It's supposed to rain all evening, so make sure you both take an umbrella with you. I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I think it's how are you doing on this beautiful night? I'm doing good. Estoy bien. Estoy muy cansada. But that's okay. Y tengo hambre. I'm always hungry.
はーい
Got it.
お帰り
Thanks
し
for
ま
the
す
loner.
よーし
Have fun today. And Shinoharu, you be sure to think about where to go on that date of
デー
ours.
トの約束はいお
Yes,
母さん
mother.
誰がお母さん
She's not your mother, you know.
びっくりするほど
Seiko had woken up ungodly early and pulled my futon away, forcing me up with a chill and a sneeze.
髪を溶かして
We both combed our hair and put on our school uniforms and scarfed down that breakfast my mom had made and flew out of the house.
急がないと
If we didn't hurry, we'd be late for setting up. Bum, 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 bam. Things are looking pretty grand this year, too.
うん
Yeah, it's really coming together. But I forgot, I have to go get the bowls from the prep room. Seiko, you go on ahead to class, will ya?
了解
Roger that, and I'll take your bag for you. Give it here.
ありがとう
Thanks. Bam, 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 bam,
文
bam.
化祭
It was the day of the culture festival, or Kisaragi Fest. Our school has a whole lot of history to it, and this festival had been part of it for ages.
中等部
Listen.
から中等部まで
Your English is very bad. That's okay.
30分後の開催
I
に
took
向け
3
て
years of Spanish. What is that?
超賑やか
I don't know. I don't know take in past tense. I'm bad at Spanish. I can say. I can say the Pledge of Allegiance very poorly. I learned it in like the 6th grade. Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios entera con libertad y justicia para todos. I don't know what that is, Peter. Every student in the junior and senior high alike were busy getting ready for the festivities, which were due to start in about 30
後で時
minutes.
間があった
I
ら
wondered if I had any extra time afterward to go check out the other classes' projects.
家庭科準備室に洗って伏せておいた
We'd previously washed the bowls we were planning to use and laid them out in the home ec prep room. With those bowls in hand, I proceeded towards class 2A. I climbed the usual staircase and headed toward the usual room, stepping carefully so I wouldn't drop any
今
dishes.
日私たちの
The
クラ
plan
ス
this
で
year
は
was to host a red bean soup restaurant. I could smell the sweet red bean paste more and more clearly with every step I took. I'd eaten so much food at breakfast, and here we had even more food rearing its head. But when it came to sweets, I'd say bring it on. Just wanted to confuse you. Okay, I see. I was trying my best. Morning, everyone. These look like there'll be enough bowls for today, don't you think? That was French, though I'm not fluent. Did you just Google Translate a random different language? Max took 3 years of French and doesn't know much of it. Max, come display your French.
No.
Morning. Wait, I already read that. Good morning. Morning. Yeah, that looks like it'll be plenty.
大丈夫
Oh,
Hey.
岸沼
Morning, Kisunuma. Good morning, Satoshi. You took French in college? Oh, okay, I see. Je suis une pomme. That's what I know. I am an apple. It's what Duolingo wanted me to learn. How to say I am an apple. Huh? What's that? You would like? You would like what? You'd like a pizza. What's pizza in French? Probably have like 10 extra vowels. You know, I took Spanish in college. That don't mean shit. Oops. Oh, I can see old lines. Hell yeah. Naomi. Satoshi seemed a bit out of sorts. He was just staring blankly. Was he still half asleep? Why did you learn I am an apple? Because I was trying to learn it on Duolingo, and it like automatically generates weird-ass sentences. And one time it had me say I am an apple. It also one time had me say I am a whale, and I was very offended. I just read that. It bothered me to see him like that, but I literally had my hands full, so I really couldn't dwell on it. I pushed him into the classroom. Is this the ending where they came back and Satoshi knew? Because they said he was out of sorts. Satoshi knows that they're like in a loop. But I couldn't actually see what was in front of me. In front of my feet. And I have to admit, it was kind of scary. It would be a real challenge to not drop anything. Damn Duolingo savage, I know, right? Naomi. Good morning, my dear. Seiko, stop grabbing my ass. Haven't we already said our goodbye, our good mornings anyways? Oh, Max is on the phone. He came in right when I said you have to stop grabbing my ass. Oh, but how can I resist an opportunity like this? Naomi, hands restricted, unable to fend off my advances. Look what you did. Oh, now that's no good. Our tableware has to be kept clean. Guess we'll just have to go wash it all again. Here, I'll help. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Oh, look how cute! Look how cute! And so began the Culture Festival. All day we wore the clothes Suzumoto prepared for us and served red bean soup to our schoolmates. She had a lot of costuming experience, having worked on that side of things in the drama club for quite some time. She even did the sewing herself, putting all her practice to the test. And the kimonos she prepared for us really were exceptional quality. So good, in fact, that they became the centerpiece for us, bringing in students from the junior and senior high divisions alike. It made for a busy day. When we weren't tending to customers, we were chasing after that slacker Kishinuma, or taking time to check out some of the other class projects. In the end, not only did we have a really fun day, we also wound up... What? I don't have it. I put it up there when I was done using it, Mr. Accusatory Boy. I remember putting it back on the hook. You know, you wear it too. Wound up being the most popular classroom the whole festival. All in all, a rousing success. Finally, the clock struck 6. As our busy day drew to a close, we all stood around talking. We kept saying we should clean up, but that kind of didn't happen. Before I knew it, there were only 7 of us left in that room. Satoshi, the class rep, Saiko, Morishige, Kishinuma, Suzumoto, and myself. It seemed everyone else had already gone home. Our homeroom TA, Mrs. Shishido, showed up with Satoshi's little sister in tow, but they were it. We 9 became the de facto cleanup crew. Oh, but this is different than the first game, because they came in after the scary. Oh, finally done. Good work, everyone. The place is looking like a real classroom again. Those dumbasses who went home without helping are sure going to get a piece of my mind tomorrow, though. Why are they showing us? Because they're in a loop. We'll learn about it more later, but we're in a constant loop. Like, you remember I kept getting that bad ending? Bye. Bye. I love you. We kept getting that bad ending since I didn't have all of Naho's notes where they all meet up and they go back without appeasing all 3 of the ghosts. And so I think that's the end that's like the canon story that they're going based off of. Because since they didn't banish the ghosts, you remember that Satoshi, like, he remembered everything and nobody else remembered things, and he was replaying the day and he couldn't stop them from doing the ritual. And so you end up like in this loop. And so that's the lore behind it. They'll explain it more in the game. I remember that. Those dumbasses who went home without helping are sure going to get a piece of my mind tomorrow, though. Not much of a class rep if I can't even hold everyone together long enough to clean up after ourselves. Though you did manage to keep Kishinuma here, surprisingly. Yeah, because he's got a hard-on for her, and she just don't even know. Oh, shut up.
鈴本さん
Suzumoto, I just wanted to say, it's been really fun having you here these last few months.
本当に楽しく元気いっぱいの
I can't tell you how many times your positive energy helped bolster my spirits. Luna,
みんなあなたのことが大好き
always remember that you're loved and respected.
口には出さない
We may not have said much to that effect, but we've all been watching you blossom here.
周りを気遣
I lent a hand where I could and did my best to help guide you, but ultimately you walked on your own path and became a fine young woman. Did many of the characters die? Not yet, but they will. This is the opening to the game. This is the happy part. We haven't gotten to the dying part yet. Miss
意
Yui.
識もせずに
It takes a special person to achieve what you've done without even realizing it.
あなたの副担任
It's been an honor to serve you as your homeroom
私
TA.
も向こう行っても
I wish you all the best at your new school. So thank you. Luna, it's okay.
そう
No one's dying, Luna.
文
It's
化祭後
okay.
の連休を挟んで
Unfortunately, this teary farewell brought us all back to reality. During the holidays following the culture festival, Suzumoto was being transferred.
今日は実質
This was her last day at Kisaragi Academy High School.
みんな
Everyone here loved her, so this was a sad occasion indeed.
本当に裏表
She
の
was
ない
truly a kind
優しい方
person, possessing no ulterior motives and harboring no ill will toward anyone. The thought of her leaving was just plain depressing. Is Luna having separation anxiety? Yeah, she tends to kind of do a couple of laps when Max leaves. She does it when I leave too, but I leave a lot less often.
時間も遅くなり
But time waits for no one, and sadly, the time had come to say our goodbyes.
階段好きの委員
As
長
one
が
final hurrah, our occult-based class rep asked us to perform some friendship ritual called Sachiko Ever After. You speak very fast, I don't understand. I'm sorry, nobody has died yet. This is the opening, beginning of the game. So pretty soon people are going to start dying. Upon mentioning it, she produced a paper doll from her bag.
どこかの神社で見た
Probably
こと
freaks
が
out more when you leave. Probably,
悪い
yeah.
ことを身代わりに受け
It
て
looked a lot like those proxy dolls you'll sometimes see in Shinto shrines, designed to absorb bad karma in somebody's place.
ビジュアル的に
Visually, this whole thing just seemed like a setup for a cursed seance or something.
私以外のみんなも
It was kind of scary, and I wasn't the only one who thought so. This is, well, it's a charm that I found on the
こ
internet.
れをするとね
If we do it right, then all of us will be together forever.
永遠に友
Or
達でいら
we'll
れる
always be friends anyways. That's the gist of it. Interesting. So how does it work? No, don't do this. See, this is exactly what had happened, Luna. Ma'am. This is exactly what had happened in that ending that we had. This is what he was trying to do. Seriously, don't do this. It's dangerous. Our lives are on the line.
さとし
Don't you think that's going a bit overboard?
あれあれ
I can't get over Mayu's hair. It looks like a little penis. You notice that? Anyone else see that? Look, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious here.
怖がりのサトシが
Satoshi had always been easily spooked, and in true form, he was pleading for his life we stopped what we were doing. Ugh. It didn't sound that scary, though.
大丈夫よ
Don't worry, Mochida. This isn't the usual creepy fare.
ないから
お前がそんなに意地
I
張るの
gotta say, it's rare to see you get this worked up.
怖がるサトシ
In
を
the
餌
end,
に
8 of us proceeded with the ritual as planned, while Satoshi sat it out off to the side, tears in his eyes.
なんだか
I kind of felt bad for him,
でも
but this was for Suzumoto. We all wanted to give her the best possible send-off. So all I could really do was silently wonder what had gotten into him. Please, I'm begging you, stop this. Don't go through with it. Why won't anyone listen to me?
あれ
He's really serious. Like, as serious as I've ever seen him. No, it doesn't, but now it does. Luna, get off of my controller cable. You little bitch. Luna, step. Move your leg. No, no, don't make it worse. Go. Go. Oh, meanie. What is it that has you so worried?
が繰り返されてい
It's
る
a time loop. This has happened before. All of this. I can remember it. And that's what's coming next. And what's coming next is worse than you can possibly imagine. Sorry, but I'm through trying to convince you. Just be a good boy and wait for us to finish, okay?
繰り返し
So condescending. A time loop? Is he experiencing deja vu like me? Is some new destiny being born inside of him, like the class rep had said before? It's me. I was born. Come to think of it, this does feel a little familiar. This room, this atmosphere, this charm. I obediently dug my nails into the paper doll, but all the while I was frantically foraging through my memories, trying to figure out what I was missing. We're going to pull on it until it rips apart into 9 pieces, okay? On the count of 3. With pallid face, Satoshi quickly rushed over and grabbed the paper doll himself. He was joining us after all, it seemed. Everyone else smiled at him as if to say finally, you've come to your senses. But I was just starting to get a really bad feeling about this. Yeah, he could literally just leave, but he's like worried because he's like, they're all gonna die, and now like he knows about it, so he's like, I don't want them to go in and die when he's like, I could save them, is why he ends up doing it. No, there's definitely something wrong here. Ready? 1, 2. We didn't say it. We didn't even say it. Luna, no. Luna, get down. No! As soon as I reached the hallway, I fell to my knees with a thud. No. What was that? A person? It was pitch black, but I swear it was shaped like a person. The school infirmary door hung open near me, and in my panicked state, I swore I'd seen a black, shadowy figure within it. Ugh. Why you gotta show us that? Oh. My mind had been completely overtaken with fear. What was that? What just happened? That dark, misty entity came toward me and entered my body from every orifice. It came through my ears, through my mouth. I felt an enormous lump in my throat, blocking the flow of air to my lungs and momentarily teetering me on the brink of unconsciousness. I was almost killed. It felt as if I had a cold hand reach into my body and grabbed hold of my life's energy, turning all internal organs inside out and leaving me for dead. My stomach was churning, my bowels were on fire, and my legs were all twisted around themselves. Can pressure alone disrupt the human body this much? The odor and the flavor of my own gastric juices still gnawing at the back of my throat, I felt like I was going to throw up again, but I held it in. I remember this place, these circumstances. I've been here before. I know I have. After performing the Sachiko Ever After ritual, there was a hellish noise, then a huge hole appeared in the floor, and then I was here, in this... I swear sometimes I'm having a stroke. In this school. There was no sign of Satoshi, or Mrs. Shishido, or the class rep, or anyone else. Only Seiko was still near me, collapsed in a heap on the floor. Seiko and I explored the decaying building as best as we could, but there was no way out. Not a single window or outer door could be moved or even broken. Just as our last shreds of hope had begun to vanish, we suddenly heard Satoshi's little sister, Yuka, cry out from somewhere out just out of sight. I'd sprained my ankle pretty badly and couldn't walk very well, so Seiko went off alone to find her while I rested up in the infirmary. Bum bum bum. And that's when the dark, shadowy figure showed up and began attacking. I was scared. So scared. So scared, so very scared. My teeth were chattering and my lips were quivering as if they had a mind of their own. Why would she leave me alone like that? I told her I'd go with her to look for Yuka, so why? Why did she leave me behind? Was I going to slow her down? Was I going to get in her way? Naomi, what happened? Are you okay? Seiko. What? Oh my god, are you alright? I'm so sorry I left you by yourself. Just seeing Seiko's face quelled my shivers. Whenever she's around, I feel so at ease. And at that moment, I just wanted to cling on to her and cry my eyes out. I should have just done it, but instead... Just leave me alone. Do you have any idea how scared I was? I'm sorry, Naomi. Come on, let's try to find a way out of here together. What's the point? Just forget about it. Leave me alone. We're never getting out of here.
安心感からか
Maybe it was the safety of Seiko's presence that did it, but all the fear welling up within me suddenly turned to anger. I was like a spoiled
この
child.
子に当たっても
Nothing
仕
good
方
could
がない
come from lashing out like this. Seiko didn't do anything wrong. I knew that, but I couldn't stop myself from saying what I said.
心底心
She was
配してくれているの
genuinely
に
concerned about me, and I'd sworn to myself that I'd protect her, but my sense of reason was fighting a losing
この
battle.
まま行方不
You
明
realize we've gone missing, right? How do you think my mother's going to feel? She's going to be worried sick about me, and there's nothing I can do.
ナオミ
Naomi, please don't say things like that. It's going to be alright.
だってそうじゃん
Like hell it is. She's going to keep searching for me until the day I finally come home. And she has work, you know. This whole situation, it's not right. As long as I'm here, I'm nothing but a nuisance to her. I'm a terrible daughter. We're just going to die here anyway, so all that time she spends looking for me will be wasted.
この時
By this time, my mind had completely been overtaken. I wasn't myself anymore. I was running on autopilot, horrified by the words coming from my mouth.
この流れは
No, I know how this ends.
無駄じゃない
You're wrong.
家族ってね
Families aren't like that. It won't be a nuisance. It won't be a burden, and you're not terrible.
うまく言えない
I don't know exactly how to say this, but when there are loved ones involved, you do anything for
さ
them.
っきの騎士官が
There it was again. Deja vu. Everything was falling into place. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what fate had in store for us. In store if we continued down this road. But I guess I can see where you're coming from. Your mother is a really kind person. The last thing you'd want is to worry her. That's why we need to make sure that doesn't happen. Right, Naomi? We need to get back home. I don't know how it is for you and your family, but normal people don't work that way. No, it's happening. Seiko's going to get hanged. She's going to die. I have to apologize. I don't want you, of all people, to speak to me like that. Please, Naomi, tell me that's not how you really feel. Seiko. It's not gonna work. They're both gonna say they're not gonna work. If I didn't say something to calm her down, Seiko would run off, and I knew she couldn't be by herself right now. So I pulled myself together and tried apologizing to her. But the words... Seiko, I'm... The words wouldn't come. As soon as I tried to form them, something caught itself in my throat. I found myself unable to breathe and double over in a fit. Naomi, are you okay? I'm sorry, Naomi. If I'm bothering you, I'll go. I hate to leave your side, but if that's what you want, I won't argue. Wait!
走っていく聖子の後ろ姿が小さく
Sorry, I had a little hangnail,
暗
sorry.
く消えていく
Seiko ran off into the distance, her figure growing smaller and darker until it vanished altogether. I knew I'd made an awful, irreversible mistake.
聖子に向けた私
That
の
sense of dread I'd felt moments before I had come back full force. I could sense a malevolence within me, an outside hand that made me lash out at
口
Seiko.
の中に
It felt like something was in my mouth. I had no idea what, but there was definitely something in there. I stuck my finger in and tried to dig it out. Ugh.
ズルズルズル
Unsanitary. I would leave a 1-star Yelp review.
絡まった
My finger found something and pulled, and out from my throat came large clumps of long black hair. Ugh.
真っ黒な髪
I
の
just
毛
kept pulling and pulling. I couldn't believe how much there was.
胃の中から
The strand stretched all the way from my stomach through my esophagus and into my hands, and even then there was still more to pull.
扁桃腺が刺激
The motion was unnatural and was creating a repulsive, sickening sensation along my tonsils. Felt like I was going to throw up again. Gross. Where the hell did all this hair come from? Was this all stuck in my throat?
喉に絡みついて
Ah!
おぼろげだった
It was only one faint notion. Wait. It was only a faint notion before, but now I was certain. I was remembering some future event. I didn't know why or how, but I was repeating time.
謝ることも
Am I just not allowed to
何
apologize?
かの力が
I could feel a dark will guiding me. Someone or something wanted Seiko to be killed in this timeline as well. But I wasn't going to let it happen. Not without a fight. Bum bum bum.
とにかく
I have to go after her. I have to apologize. I can't leave her alone like this. More ads? Bro, I'm just gonna turn off ads. I got you. No more ads. Let's go. How do I do it? Settings? Affiliate? Ads. How do I... Okay, I put it on the absolute minimum for ads. We'll put an upcoming break. Okay. It's 30 seconds per hour now. And the timer starts 30 minutes after stream starts. So from when stream starts, there won't be any ads for half an hour. Well, so it'll be half an hour and then I think it's a full hour and then it's, or whatever, and then something will play. Whatever, the math checks out. Half a minute of ad per hour. I ran as quickly as I could, but in the direction Seiko had gone. But then,
でも
eek!
立
No!
っていることもでき
A
ない
fierce earthquake began shaking the building, and it was so violent I couldn't even stay standing. I crouched along the ground, waiting for it to pass. Before it used to be like 1 per hour. Yeah.
校舎全体が揺れる
Everyone was moving. Everything was moving, and there were sounds of objects cracking and breaking all around me. Glass was shattering, ceiling tiles were raining upon me. I was scared for my life. So scared, so very afraid.
こんなところに
I was certain I was going to die. Maybe a big chunk of ceiling would fall on me, or the floor would open up at my feet and swallow me whole. I kept wondering how it was going to end. Was I going to be crushed? How badly would it hurt? How long would it go on before I finally
い
died?
ろんな想像が
My head was swimming with all kinds of worst case scenarios, while my body just remained motionless on the ground. I'd never felt so helpless before. I didn't even care anymore. I'd take any release I could get. Just make it stop. But there was no release for me. All I could do was curl up into a ball and pray.
私はただ祈ることしかできなかった
Bum bum bum. Shiver
ど
shake.
れくらい経った
I wonder how much time had
一
passed.
瞬にも
It could have been only a moment, a few minutes, or even a few hours for all I knew. But it did finally end, and the dark corridors were silent once
校
more.
舎は体中をこ
I
わばらせ
gradually
ながら
loosened my stiff body, uncurling from the floor. Blotches of dust and wood chips fell from my hair.
服の中にも
Some of the finer debris had gotten into my clothing and was crunching around like sand with my every movement. It was not pleasant.
服をつまんで
I brushed myself off as best I could and slowly rose to my feet, slapping my skirt in vain to clear away any excess dust and dirt.
埃が舞い
Come on now, we saved Psycho. I know, but I think now it's impossible. The earthquake made it so we probably can't get there. The particles in the air were like white smoke billowing through the pitch black hallway. It took me a moment to get my
絶
bearings.
望的な状
Once I
況が
finally did, though, I almost wished I hadn't. The sight before my eyes instantly washed away what little hope I may have had. What?
今の地震
The
で
earthquake had completely caved in part of the floor. It was no longer possible to continue down this hall, no longer possible to trail
もう
Psycho.
少し向こうに
If I had
し
been
か
cowering from the quake only a few feet ahead, I'd be dead for sure, swallowed up into whatever the hell lay down there.
穴の縁
You
に
can
膝をつけ
easily
て
walk past that on the
穴
right.
の底を覗き
I knelt down by the edge of the hole and peered
暗
within.
くてよく見
It
え
was
ない
too
けど
dark to tell for sure, but if what I thought I saw was correct, then the ceilings in the school were unreasonably high.
さらに下の
To make
階に
matters worse, it seemed like the floor directly below had fallen out as well.
穴が開いたみたいだここから落ちたら
I didn't dare consider just how deep this pit might go. All I knew was I couldn't risk falling into it. Shivering in terror, I pulled myself up.
どうしよう
What do I do? Can I get around it?
急がないと
I have to hurry. Oh,
急がないと
I definitely had to hurry. If I didn't, Seiko would commit suicide. But there was still time.
まだ間に合う
So, yeah, because I guess in the wrong ending that we were getting, where Satoshi came back, Naomi didn't see the video. What was I gonna say? So she doesn't know that she did it. She never learned that. Yeah.
今度こそそんなこと
I was determined not to let it
絶対
happen. No matter what, I was going to save her. I was going to change her horrible fate. Oh, search mode. Oh, this is trippy. How do I know when I can click on something? Map? Oh. Hall. She thinks that Seiko killed herself. Exactly. But she knows that Seiko dies, just not how it happened. There's Mayu!
に
There was a mess of blood and entrails on the wall, as if someone were launched across the corridor in tremendous speed and splattered on impact. The smell was positively vile. Seiko had commented on it before, but it was really hitting me now. Every breath I took was triggering my gag reflex. It was all I could do not to vomit again. Search mode. Can I search on it? If it's there, why can't I look at it? The door to the science lab is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. Rude. Do I really have to, like, look at every single tile? Like, I might be able to, like, skip ahead and have it keep walking, but... As I wandered through the darkened corridors, every hair on my body was standing at attention. I had goosebumps from head to toe. It felt like a fog of uneasiness was swirling around me with each step I took. And that fog was growing thicker and thicker, to such an extent that I began fearing the darkness might swallow me whole, as if I'd ceased to exist. I could feel my sanity slipping away. I didn't know how much longer it could hold on to... It could hold out... I didn't know how much longer it could hold out, and I was starting to lose patience. I just wanted to get it over with. Fear was like a slime covering my entire being. No matter how much I wiped, I was only squishing it around. It wouldn't come off. It was stuck fast. No, it's different. This one's more of like an actual visual novel. The last one was like an RPG. I walked around aimlessly, calling out Seiko's name. By doing so, I think I was able to dull my senses and just barely maintain my grip on reality. Seiko, where are you? Please, answer me. I wasn't thinking straight. I want to apologize. Huh? Up ahead, I swore I saw a light glinting off something. It looked for a moment like a web of sinewy strings stretched across the hall. Oh, I remember this, the diamond wire. I slowly crept forward until I could confirm that they were in fact strands of wire. Gently, I reached out a finger and touched the closest one. It's diamond wire, so it cuts you instantly. Meow! I pulled my hand away. Looking down at it, there was now a very fine, clean slice right on the tip of my finger. Tiny red beads were beginning to form. Those beads just kept getting bigger and bigger as I watched, eventually swelling into one another and forming a single drop of blood. And that drop quickly became too heavy for its perch. It began wending its way down my hand toward my wrist. Piano wire? No, it's a little bit different. I couldn't believe it had cut so deeply from just one faint touch. Had it been sharpened? It really stung. If I hadn't noticed those wires strung up across the hall and just kept walking, I shuddered to think of what might have happened. Death not from malevolent spirits, but from a mere booby trap. Who could have done this? There was definitely a planned malice behind it. I could sense an ill will in the air and began to tremble. Was someone watching me, even at that very moment? Was someone just waiting for me to fall into their trap and die so they could gloat about it? Is someone there? Hey! It was like an unconscious shout. I couldn't control myself. I was scared. And whoever did this was heartless. I couldn't just let it go. Stop this, please! You're scaring me! Don't do these awful things to people! A bevy of negative emotions began swimming through my head. I suddenly realized I was crying. And I knew that this corridor, with its web of razor-sharp piano wire, was effectively impassable, at least for the moment. I needed to find some way to cut these wires, or some means of disabling the trap at any rate. I decided to go back the way I came and search the rest of the school for answers. Search mode. Nothing. Nope. Map? Well, okay. So, like, I have to go one by one to get to that one? Or is that one just blocked? Yeah, this one's blocked. Okay. Oh, so it turns blue if you can touch it. Sturdy, sharpened piano wire strung tightly across the entire width of the corridor, from wall to wall. It's some sort of mechanism with a lever attached to it. Unfortunately, there's too much piano wire in the way, making it impossible to get to. Damn, piano's wire is that sharp. It's not piano wire, it's like diamond wire, where it's like sharpened and like encrusted with other things. But piano wire, you could hold at a very, very high torsion. And with something that's very sharp, it's basically like touching a knife. You know? A sharp knife. The door to classroom 3A is frozen in place as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It cannot be opened. This? Smudgy, blood-red lettering reads, "Getting close to the darkness is one way to learn the truth. This whole place sits close to the darkness after all." Is that it? Okay. Map. Bam, 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 bam. Soul burned by waves of energy. Pay tribute to God in the house of Shinozaki. Purified by the flames of hell. Judgment passed in the great beyond. Oh, it was down there. I read it on the actual thing. This shouldn't have been there. It wasn't on the board when I first got here with Seiko. Somebody had to have written it recently. But why? To create a rift in our friendship? I didn't know if it was person or ghost who did this, but whoever it was a terrible thing to do. This was all really starting to get to me. Is somebody there? Stop harassing me, whoever you are. I can't take this anymore. I just can't. Did she really run out? I wasn't done exploring. I was still working on that room, ma'am. I didn't even know whom I was angry with. But make no mistake, I was seething. I was probably really close to my breaking point. I ran out of the room, never even pausing to wipe the tears from my eyes. Nothing to look at? So 3A I just went in, so now I have to go in 2A? Or was this was the room I was just in? I lied. Nothing? Nothing of note? Something's making a lot of noise and it's spooking me. Okay, this is a lot of things to explore. Bam, 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 bam. More piano wire. It's more piano wire! There was yet another piece of piano wire in this room, seemingly razor sharp like the others. But only one. I could avoid it easily with some care. What is this thing? In the corner of the room sat an antiquated mechanical device with a lever attached to it. It prominently featured two wheels with spools of translucent wire coiled around them and projected out toward the ceiling in a perfect tight line. Could this be the source of the booby trap? Pull the lever. Let's pull it. There's a pretty big lever. I wonder if it'll even move. The machine was old and the lever was rusted, so it wasn't going to give without a fight. I could rattle it a little though, so I figured I had a chance. Ugh. Put all your weight into it. Oh, yeah, I did it. Huh? It's gone. The piano wire is gone. What else can I interact with? It's gotta have been protecting something, or is that just like a tutorial room? Is that really all I can interact with? Pull the lever? No. No. I wonder if that removed the piano wire in the top right. Oh. What's that light? There weren't any lights on, and the whole school was bathed in darkness. Yet in this lone room, a small circle of light just kept blinking on and off. It seemed almost as if it would turn on whenever I looked at it, and turn off whenever I looked away. Maybe that was just my imagination. But it seemed possible that someone could be trying to get my attention. Is anybody in here? No response. I began to get more and more creeped out with every passing sound. At first I thought maybe somebody was watching me, but now I was almost certain of it. It's a flashlight right there, like... As I got closer to the source of the light, the blinking stopped. The light was now fully on. Hello, sir! There's a bleach-white skeleton sprawled out here. Judging by the height and the uniform, it appears to be the remains of a male junior high student. Looking closely, there's a faded school name tag attached to his blazer. Shobo University Middle School. Masashi Kawasaki. Is that all you needed, sir? A flashlight. And it's on. I wondered if this was the source of the blinking light. It did turn steady when I got near the thing, but that just left me with more questions. Let's leave it for now. The shelves are littered with dead lice. If one were to rest an arm on one of these shelves, there's no telling how many might have come along for the ride. Is there anything else I can do with you, sir? Okay. I guess we'll take the flashlight.
さっきの明滅は何だったのだろう。きっと電池があまり残って
Maybe it was just low on batteries, and that's why I kept going on and off.
私は自分にそう
That's what I told myself as I picked up the discarded
目の
flashlight.
前の懐中電灯を手にした特に変わった様子はない
Nothing seemed particularly odd about it. It was just your regular run-of-the-mill flashlight, and it really did seem to be low on batteries. I'd have to make sure to use it sparingly, so as not to waste what little energy it had left. Oh, I've got something on my screen. I feel like I remember the darkening being a factor in this game. And I can see stuff on my screen, which makes me worried.
その部屋に入って
As soon as I entered the room, I had a bad feeling about it. The silence was almost deafening. There wasn't a single sound to be heard. This room, and this room alone, felt very different from any other.
ここだけなんだか空気が違う子供の描いた
It's a child's crayon drawing, very vibrant and colorful. The subject's mouth is open and she seems to be eating a watermelon, perhaps?
口を大きく開けてスイカを食べてい
Can I look at that
る子
again?
供の描いた元気な絵
Maybe it's a child missing their
ク
tongue?
レヨンで描かれているみたい
There are two skeletal remains here, both of them mostly whitened at this point, but they seem to have died huddled up against one another. Both are female and look to be around junior or senior high school age. I thought that was a potato in the middle. There's a school name attached. Karasuyama High School, Sato Yuzuki. What about the other one? Class log. I ate a student today. I was hungry, so I had to. Plus, we played rock, paper, scissors, and I lost. I thought I'd lose as an adult. I thought I'd lose to an adult, but I didn't. It's full of dirty tissues. It kind of turns the stomach. Best not to look any closer. Best just to walk away. That's ominous. Okay. Is the diamond wire over there gone now? Is there a way to speed this up? No? I really have to walk one tile at a time? Okay. Help me. Please, somebody help me. What? Who? Squashy, squashy. Ah! Nakashima, grade 3, room A. Nakashima, grade 3, room A. Please return to class immediately.
中島さん大至急クラスへ戻ってください
Who? Me?
次は
You're next.
あなたです
What the hell does that mean? Do I have to go to that room? Can I not? I don't think I can. Because that's 3A. Bye. Bye-bye. I'll just go the other direction. I don't need you. I wonder if I'm supposed to go in the nurse's office. Probably not, because she never wanted to go back in the first game. Okay, well, we already know about that. So, but this is grade 3 room A. Is that really, like... I'm confused. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I can't walk away?
3年 A 組
Oh, okay. What am I supposed to click on it from here? Like, oh, in here? The door is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. Then what do you want me to do? Did I not read this? We saw that. So what do I do? What do you want from me then? Boom, boom, boom. Go in class 2A? We already went in class 2A, didn't we? I don't like that you can see the blood because I feel like I've already messed something up and I don't know what it is. Boom, 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 boom. I have to look at the stairs. Reference room? Oh, the door to the reference room is frozen in place as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. That's a body. Hi. It's a decomposing corpse. The smell is ghastly. Judging by the height and the uniform, this was once a senior high student. His school name tag seems to have survived. Matsukaze Prefectural High School. Kazuhiro Murofushi. I can't read these names. Is there anything in this hall that I need to know about? It says dead end. No? Okay, so coming up here was a waste of my time. How do I, okay. Do I have to go here? Boom, 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 boom. There's a large hole in the floor, too big to jump across. Getting to the other side won't be possible from here. Cool, so this was also a waste of my time. Do I, like, have to... Like, I don't know what it wants from me. It said I couldn't go in room 3A. Grade 3, room A. I can't skip it this time. There we go. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh. I just had to visit it again? It just opened on its own. Come on in. What? Ah! Come on in. Some unknown force lifted me off my feet and pulled me into the classroom. It was so dark in there that I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. I'm glad you've come. How is it? I have no idea. I'm like, you saw me get that multiple times. Was it like a third time's the charm kind of a fucking thing? There's no time to lose. The examination is about to begin. Please remove your jacket. Ah! That's a good girl. Now lie down on the bed. Not sure what else to do. I pulled out the flashlight and pointed it in the direction of the creepy voice. I got 10 seconds. I don't know where it is. What am I clicking on? Oh. Hi! That's Yoshi. Vice Principal. What you looking at? No! Is that a bad end? Oh. What? Suddenly, the classroom was bathed in that familiar faint light, and I was all alone. Despite what I just heard, every window seemed to be fully intact. God, what next? Oh, Jesus. It's more red now. What do I do now? Go back to the nurse's office? Bam, bam, bam. I don't like this place. The infirmary is where I'd been attacked. I didn't want to stay in there any longer than I had to. That horrible sensation in my body being overcome by that hair-like mist was something I'll never hope to experience again as long as I lived. We're still gonna look anyways. Proper procedure for dissection. First and foremost, you must ensure that both arms and both legs are firmly pinned down, such that the subject is completely unable to move. Next, make a clean incision across the stomach and carefully peel the skin on both sides, exposing the subject's innards. Use pins to keep the opening. The remainder of the page is so stained and faded that it's completely illegible. You're not supposed to hold on to it as you're doing it, my man. That's how you get it all dirty. Now you're not going to know how to finish. There are a large number of bottles lined up on the shelf here. Each one of them seems to be packed tightly with small chunks of unidentifiable meat, and the smell suggests they've been here for quite a while. Quite a while. Well, it's an old-fashioned space heater, but it's so full of ash it'll probably never light again. Beds? All things considered, there's surprisingly little dust on the beds. There's nothing under them, is there? No, there isn't. Good. Pair of scissors on one of the shelves. Its blades are stained with blood. There's a photo here. The paper was cracked and wrapped in various spots, and warped in various spots, and the picture itself was in black and white. Clearly, this was not a recent photograph. It was just a simple shot of a man looking directly at the camera. It had a formal air to it, as if it were used for an arranged marriage interview. I wonder who this is. Was he the man who worked at this desk? Or a family member, maybe? Nope. Okay, well, can I go past there now or nah? I don't know what it wants me to do. Bam, bam, bam. Because after Seiko runs off in the last game, all we see is that, the next shot is that, what was I gonna say? The next shot is that we are in the bathroom. Pull the lever? No. Because that'll probably just make it come back. I don't know what it wants me to do. Boom, 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 boom. Is there nothing else I can look at in here? No. We looked at all those rooms, didn't we? I feel like we've looked everywhere. Have I even looked in these rooms? I feel like I might have slacked. I know we were in that one for sure. Is there anything else in here? Don't think there was. Nope. Bam, 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 bam. We looked in here, didn't we? There are 3 lines of deep scratches in the teacher's podium, all seemingly made by fingernails. What could have happened here? The shelves are littered. Oh, we saw that. We saw that. Do I have to talk to you again? No. I don't know why I thought there was a ghost there. We're gonna be just as confused as the last game. It didn't work. What didn't work? Oh, the ads? You still got one? You can't hear me. It says you can hear me. Let's listen. Let's listen. Yeah, you can hear me. That's a problem on your end, Beater. I felt a bad feeling as I entered the room, and it was so quiet my ears hurt from the no noise that I heard anywhere around me. Strange feeling in here. This is giving me a stroke. Oh. It hurts. Die. Just die. I'll kill you. Anger. Curse. No hope. Rescue. Spill your blood. I'm so scared. So scared. So scared. I hate dark places. It's like a pomegranate. Here, wait. I should probably do this. Oops. Wait. No. Stop. Okay, back. I was trying to tell you. I'm like, I tested my stream replay, and I'm like, I can hear me, so it's not a problem on my end. Did someone draw over it in fluorescent paint? Gives me the creeps. It's full of dirty tissues. Yeah, we already looked at that. We saw that. Class log 8, I saw that. Oh, because you were stuck with an ad. Oops. Well, 4 ads? Whoa, it was supposed to be 30 seconds. I literally updated it. I'm sorry. I've done what I can. Here, Beater. For your troubles, I have a plan.
Buggers.
There you go. Now you won't get ads. I fixed it. It's okay, it's September. I get a discount. You didn't have to. It's okay. It was only $3. For your struggles. I really don't know what the game wants me to do. Bam, 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 bam. Well, now, Peter, you get emotes for a full month. It's just, yeah, nothing. Thank you, of course. I got you, buds. Bam, bam, bam. Make sure to tell everyone what a great streamer I am. I don't know what the game wants from me. Like, what am I missing? Nothing here. Like, what if I just start looking at the individual places, though? Like, is there anything around? No. How am I already stuck and it's the beginning of the game? Anything of interest? It's okay. I fixed it. It's no biggie. Streamers are supposed to give subs. And you're here all the time, Beater. You've earned it. Pew, pew, pew. I'm so confused. I have no idea what this game wants from me. Pew, pew, pew. Like, do I have to look at each and every hall? Like, am I just missing something? Barely make anything out of Twitch? That's okay. That's why I have a real job and the government pays me disability money. We can just say we use some government money on you. So you can tell the government. Bam, bam, bam. I'm really very incredibly lost. Like, this is insane. Like, what have I missed? You've seen me interacting with everything. I don't know why, like, even with this hallway, it took 3 tries to even get in. Like, have we read this? Yeah, we've read that. Like, what do you want, like... Peter, help, I need brainstorms. Can help you out by looking it up. That would be fantastic. You just let me know. I'll keep just individually searching every single thing. Bam, bam, bam. Thanks, Peter. Bam. Oh, it's Mayu. The same bloody mess caught my eye every time I walked past it. I couldn't help but look, and it really never got any easier to see. Really? Okay. Do I have to come back to this tile a 3rd time or something? Is that what, like, the last thing took 3 interactions, so I have to go back to it again? There was that smashed up corpse again. The smell, the sight, and the mere thought of it was just too much. I couldn't hold back any longer. Gross. God, I really don't want to see this. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Just force her to continuously experience it. Be like, sucks for you, Naomi. I don't care what you think. Oh, I didn't do it this time. Oh. Thought we were getting somewhere. These games really just don't give you, like, any instruction, and they just say have fun. Okay, and then we didn't go here. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, well, I guess let's pull the fucking lever. Still searching? You're all good. I'm just pressing everything. Oh! Okay, I'm just an idiot. Figured it out. What a strange contraption. Pulling the lever made a retractable floorboard extend outward over the hole, but also restrung all the piano wire. I had to be careful not to touch any of it, even if I slightly brushed up against a single strand. Can I not walk that way now? Oh, I can't walk backwards. Bum, bum, bum. Another one. Right at the base of the staircase, no less. What a sadistic place to put it. It should be possible to use the stairs, but that piano wire is razor sharp. Best to go slow and take care and not forget about it later on. So that's what you had to do? I know, I was like sitting there and I'm like, well, if I pull the lever, it's just gonna bring the piano wire back. So I thought it was gonna kill me. That's not fair. You can't have logic in this game. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, see, here's the bathrooms. That's what we've been needing to do. Gosh damn it. No matter how much I wandered, I just couldn't seem to figure out where Seiko had run off to. And I'd been teased from the shadows and frightened the whole time I was searching. I couldn't take much more of it. I was losing my mind. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the 3rd floor of the school building. I began to doubt myself, to doubt the fated events that lay ahead, or whatever these horrific future memories were. It couldn't actually happen, right? I had no real reason to doubt the things I'd been envisioning, of course, but I kept telling myself that it was all just paranoia. I'd experienced deja vu many times in my life, ever since I was a little girl. It didn't have to mean anything. Someone once told me that deja vu was just the brain recognizing a similar situation from one's past and making a false connection, pulling the wrong file. Please, no more. Seiko! Please, don't leave me by myself! I'd basically lost all ability to reason, as if my mind had been taken over by some outside force. I broke down on the spot and began crying. What's that? A loud sound caught my attention. It sounded like someone kicking a wall. I shot up from the ground as if I were yanked. And as I rose, my brain began recognizing a similar situation from my past. A file was being pulled. No. Sounds of a struggle coming from inside the bathroom stall. It's exactly the same. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' laboratory. So, one thing that I have to say about this shot right here is that, Japanese toilets are in the ground. These stalls don't go all the way to the ground. If the girls sit down to pee, you're gonna be able to see them all lined up. Like, what? There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory. Is there a way to, like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh, like that. Like, see? They ain't adding up. It didn't feel like there was anyone else in here with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the 3rd stall from the back, as if it was just closed. My heart was racing. I was so nervous, it felt like all the blood in my body began flowing in reverse. Behind this door. No, did you not see it when I showed? Oh. Seiko, where are you? Just looking at the news sent a wave of dark feelings through my mind. The specter of death was right in front of me, baring its fangs. If I went too much longer without finding her... That same dull thud echoed again from behind me. Startled, I turned back to the stall. No one was there, so what was I hearing? The wall. There's a breeze coming out from it. I stepped inside and began lightly knocking on the back wall in several different spots. Nothing showed up? Damn, if it goes back again, I can show you. Ah, it's hollow. Looking closely, the wall did jut out very slightly right around that exact spot. Unconsciously, I pushed on it, and a small piece of paneling swung open into the space beyond, like a door. It was well hidden, to say the least. Never once would I have guessed that there was a hidden room behind this particular bathroom stall. It's really dark in here.
畳を縦
The
に
room
2
was
枚
extremely
並べた
narrow,
くらい
making it feel
の
longer than it
細長い
was.
空間が
You could fit maybe 2
そこには
tatami mats. I don't know that measurement. On the ground in there, end to
行
end.
き止まりの
A
床
hole
に
was
は
cut in the floor in the back, outfitted with a ladder leading down into the main school building below. I peered down the hole but could see no sign of a floor, nor at the end of the ladder. This thing could lead all the way to ground level, or even farther.
気圧か
Whether
風
due
の
to
せい
pressure
なのか
differentials or the breeze in the air,
隠
the
し
secret
扉
door
が
suddenly shut
勝手に
itself
閉
behind
ま
me.
るの音は
That must have been what I was hearing earlier.
この穴
A wretched smell was wafting up from
場所が場所
below,
だけに
hardly a
もの
surprise
すご
given
い
where I
この
was.
下に降りて
Surprise.
も
I didn't want to imagine what unspeakable
想
things
像を
might
絶
await
す
me
る
at the
場所
bottom of
に
this
出
ladder.
るだけのよう
But
な
if Seiko had
気が
gone this way, I shook off my misgivings and began descending. Oh, I wanted to go back and show you. But yeah, the stall doors didn't go all the way to the ground. You could see the toilets on the ground. But the stall doors didn't go all the way down. There was a solid at least like 6 inches where the doors didn't touch the ground. So if a girl sat down, the stall would be useless.
汚物が溜まっている
That sounded
部
like a
屋
fart.
に着くんじゃないのかな
I wondered if maybe this ladder ended up in the garbage dump or
戻りたくなっ
something.
て
I stopped in my tracks, seriously considering turning
でも
back.
もう
But I
二度
didn't
と
want to
来
miss
たくない
something
し
and have to do this again
それ
later,
なら
so I figured I might as well
今
tough it out and see what I might find at the bottom.
考えを
I
二
see.
点
Exactly.
させながら
I was waffling between my desire to be thorough and my instinct to turn back, but I kept climbing down all the while, holding my breath as much as I could. Sounds like little
死
farts.
後濡れて
Sure is wet. If I'm not careful, I might slip. Oh, ew.
やだ
Is the room made of flesh? Sigh. I'm really glad it's not a garbage dump. Are
そ
you?
こは
It seemed to be in a cave-like room with muddy walls and a dirt floor. Looking up, I could see a very faint light coming up from the hole I just climbed through, but the whole area was otherwise pitch black.
調べる意味
There doesn't seem to be anything to find in here at all. I'm probably just wasting my
辺
time.
りを見回そう
While
と
surveying my surroundings as best as I could, I attempted to stand up, but that didn't go very well. Ugh. Ow, what the hell?
足首が
My ankle had swollen pretty badly, and it felt like it was on fire.
聖子に手当て
It
を
was the
してもら
same
った
sprained ankle Seiko had tended earlier. I must have landed on it when I slipped from the ladder, aggravating it further. No, why is this happening?
大丈夫な方
I
の
made
足で
another
立ち上
attempt
が
to
る
get up, this time onto my good ankle. If I shifted my weight so the majority of it rested on that leg, maybe I could walk.
呆然とした
No such luck. I wasn't going anywhere.
こんな真っ暗
I
な
was
場所
stuck in this dark, dank cave where no one would ever find me with a ladder I couldn't use.
足
You
の
big
しびれ
baby.
がだんだん
My
と
leg had begun going numb, and the pain from my ankle was almost unbearable. No, no, I have to get out of here. I have to.
壁に体を預け
Leaning
な
on the
がら
wall for support, I attempted to stand once more, this time holding my sprained ankle in the air as best I
片はしごに
could.
両手をか
I
けて
placed both of my hands on the ladder, but it was no use. I couldn't even make the
最初の
first
一歩
step.
意を決して
You can't climb a ladder
片足立ちの
one-handed
まま
and
ジャンプ
one-footed.
する
Mustering all my strength, I figured I'd give jumping a try, even if it was only with one
濡れ
leg.
たはしご
But
の
as
一
soon
段
as
目
the
に
other came in contact with the bottom rung of that wet, slippery ladder. Oh,
全身の血
I
の
could
気
feel
が
myself turning pale. I was well and truly stuck.
冗談じゃない
This was no joke. I was frantic. I tried climbing the ladder again and again, but just kept finding myself sprawled unceremoniously across the ground.
無様に地面に転がり何度繰り
I
返した
couldn't even say how many times I challenged those damn rungs. I've even searched the walls nearby for another way out, but it was simply no
自
use.
然に
Tears were welling up in my eyes uncontrollably. I'm so sorry, Seiko. I can't make it. I can't save you.
目の前に
And then, all of a sudden, I sensed a person in front of me.
友達のところに行きたけ
If
れ
you
ば
want to find your friend, you can't just give up.
よくここまで
I'm
来た
impressed you
ね
made it this far. You've
頑
done
張った
well.
ね
目の前に小さな
It
女
was a
の
little
子が立
girl.
っていた
She was just there.
優
And
し
she
い
spoke
声
to me in
で
a very comforting
ゆっくり
voice.
近づいて
So
き
you can see her bruises on her neck from because remember she died from being choked by the vice principal or the principal, whatever it was. I think it was the vice. Then she hugged me tightly, as if trying to enshroud my head with her being.
よしよし
There, there. It'll all be all right. I'll let you see her if you'd
合わせ
like.
てあげるよ
Will you listen to what I have to say?
もう
I didn't care who. I didn't care if it was a person or a ghost. I just wanted somebody, anybody, to save Seiko. Good, good girl.
いい子
Good girl.
いい子
That's the girl. Yeah, she's got deja vu about everything but this. Yeah.
大丈夫
Everything's going to
辛
be
い記
okay.
憶は
Painful memories. You'll see.
その方が
are the funniest of them all. Naomi, you insensitive jerk! No, I shouldn't say that about her. It was my fault. Naomi was just scared, and after what she went through, I don't blame her. She's always been so cheery and so kind. But I brought out all her pain, all her tears. And that's the one thing a friend should never do. A smile suits her face best of all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Naomi. I'm sorry for making you so sad. I feel so lost without you. It's the same for me, Seiko. Seiko, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I just want us to be together forever. Naomi. But when I'm with you, don't I make you mad? Don't I rub you the wrong way and make things unbearable for you? Of course you don't. That was just me being stubborn and pouting, behaving like a spoiled brat. Seiko approached me with arms outstretched. She wanted to hug me, and I immediately obliged, without the slightest hesitation. This was Seiko, warm and alive, soft and smelling lovely as usual. I'll never let you go again! Me neither. You'd better not. There's a Japanese-style room over there, with tatami mats and everything. We should go sit down and try to calm our nerves a little bit. That room can fit 2 tatami mats. Top-notch narrating, thanks. Break sounds nice. Let's go. I have a good whiny voice. Custodian's closet. This is one of those doors that wouldn't open, isn't it? Huh? Oh. I passed out earlier, I guess. When I came to, I was lying down in this room. I was someplace underground, I think, with no way out, and then I saw a little girl, was it? For the life of me, I just couldn't remember clearly. That's really odd. Maybe you have a guardian angel on your side. Or a ghost. Come on, don't say that. Well, remember what that spirit told us when we first got here? He said not all ghosts are bad. Not all bad, huh? Seiko calmly opened the door and stepped into the custodian's closet. I could hardly believe this was the same person who got scared out of her mind at the first sight of a ghost only a few hours before. You seem a lot more fearless now than you were when you got here, Seiko. Or is that just me? As long as you're around, Naomi, I feel like I've got nothing at all to be scared of. That's all well and good, but just make sure you don't let your guard down, okay? Which female character they would let you voice act if they hired you for a future game? I'd probably be like a whiny bitch. Or someone who's just loud. I'm a loud person. There weren't any working lights on the custodian's closet, but it definitely felt a lot safer in here than it did in the creepy, creaky hallways. Creepy, creaky. The two of us plopped down next to one another on the tatami. For a long while, neither of us said a word. I guess we weren't sure what to talk about. I'm so glad you're okay, Seiko. You too, Naomi. How's the ankle? Still hurt? For English version though, since you don't speak Japanese. Of course. Of course. I feel like if I were to voice somebody, I would be good at Naomi, because Naomi does a lot of the crying and screaming. I can cry and scream. I feel like it did really badly for a while there, but it's totally fine at the moment. Glad to hear it. Did you manage to find your paper doll scrap? No, it's still missing. Guess I must have dropped it somewhere else. And finding anything in this place is quite a feat. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, but when we get back, we can always ask the class rep to perform the ritual again, and then we can get you a replacement. You don't think that that's how you got into this mess? You ain't put 2 and 2 together? Bro, now we don't know basic math. That's true. Once we'd calmed down a bit, we reached a point where we simply didn't want to leave the room anymore. We had no desire to go back into those halls. So we didn't. We stayed right where we were for a really long time, just chatting endlessly with one another. Casual as can be. You could definitely be. About class and the festival and our sleepover the previous night. Ordinary, everyday conversation. But then I happened to look over and catch Seiko staring at me. Yeah, totally. Seiko, is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Notice the bruise on Seiko's neck now? Ooh, my head hurts. Probably won't go for too much longer, but I don't know how much longer is in this chapter. It was too dark to see Seiko's features in any great detail, but something seemed to miss. It was her face. Was she blushing? Naomi? This is hard for me to say, but, well, what is it? She had uncharacteristically serious expression on her face and seemed really nervous. What was it, Seiko? What were you trying to tell me? Never mind. Oh, come on. Now my curiosity is killing me. Just spit it out already. Nope. Promise you won't laugh? If you don't want me to, I won't. Okay, because I'm totally serious. Remember, so, in this game, they get marks when they're foreshadowing their deaths. Because now that we're in the loop, it's like, it's deemed, like, part of fate that Seiko has to die. It has to die that way. So that's why she gets the bruise. And, like, it'll be a recurring story feature later in the game. I remember that one. But yeah, it's foreshadowing, basically. My heart skipped a beat. This was the beginning. How could I have been so dense all this time? Since we have no idea what's going to happen to us in here, there's something I really need to tell you. Okay? Seiko's focus changed. Her gaze was now directed squarely at my lips. Wait, was this... Will you, kiss me? What? I want to kiss you. Why? Because I love you. As a friend, right? Seiko didn't say a word. She just shook her head fervently. I was dumbfounded. Was she confessing to me? I hadn't even had a boy confess to me yet. She hung her head low, staring down at her feet. My silence seems almost like it was causing her physical pain. She seemed like she might explode. I couldn't see her face clearly, but I was certain she must have been quivering and blushing from ear to ear. You're serious? I'd marry you if I could. I want to kiss you and hug you too. That was the first time I've ever heard Seiko speak so softly. It was such a stammer in her voice. Big sad. Friend-zoned. Friend-zoned in a place where you're probably gonna die, imagine. Before I knew it, I was crying, and I had no idea why. Seiko, I'm sorry, Bye! That's what I do too, so... I ran out of the room and just took off down the hall. I still couldn't tell why I was crying. It's like I was so scared. It's like I was scared, or maybe I was happy, or maybe I just lost a friend. So, like, not gonna lie, I've had it happen multiple times where people have confessed their love to me in the worst situations. Like, I had a really, really bad boyfriend. Our breakup ended up, like, I was just trying to talk to him, have a conversation. He was screaming at me, like, throwing his arms around. At one point, I thought he was gonna hit me, yada, yada, yada. Then somebody who was friends with him and friends with me confessed that he was in love with me. 2 hours later, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh my goodness, that was annoying. And then another one was, was it that one? No, it was, I had a different breakup. And, like, a week later, like, one of, like, my closest friends of years had freaking confessed his to me, and it was in, like, the most, like, creepy, like, wording kind of a thing. So, yeah. People are wild. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you giving me... Did you also run out of the room? Dude, it was over text. I literally blocked him for the day. I'm like, when he said it, like, I gave him, like... He kept hinting at it, and I gave him 3 chances to back out. That one where it was a couple hours later, gave him 3 chances to back out because I knew what he was trying to say. And I was trying to, like, play it off, be, like, all cool about it, show I'm not interested, but I won't make it weird. And he kept going, he kept pushing it. And so, like, he finally said, like, no, you're not getting it. Like, I'm in love with you. And I just said, I'm sorry, and just refused to talk to him for a day. I'm like, I can't even. It was the worst situation. And the thing that was the problem, my first ever boyfriend was in that whole friend group. So all 3 of these guys are friends. And then we had broken up, and then I came back to the friend group. I dated guy number 2, which was the one that was yelly when we were breaking up. And then guy number 3 is the one that confessed his love to me. I'm like, you really think I just had 2 breakups in the same friend group, and you really think I'm going for 3rd time's a charm in this friend group? I'm like, no, this friend group is dead to me. None of you boys are gonna be freaking dating me anymore. Like, it's over. It was wild. There was only like 4 guys in the friend group. I'm like, I can't date all of them, the 5 guys. I'm like, guys, worst timing, dude, it was awful. I'm like, I had literally been like in a Discord call with like all of the other guys from the friend group, and I had been like crying. I was incredibly upset. I was mad. I had been scared because this happened at like 2 in the morning, and it was like right after I had a foot surgery, so I was in a walking boot, and I freaking had ended up getting up and like walking home from this conversation when I was not supposed to be waitering at all, because I just needed to get out of the situation. So I'm like, I'm going through all of these emotions. So much just happened. And I'm like, and you're gonna drop a bombshell on me. Like, I'm already emotionally weak. Max has even told me I'm emotionally weak, and I 100% agree. It's not a dig, it's true. Everyone was waiting for his turn in the group. Oh my god, me. Basically. But it's funny because, like, Max is only my 4th boyfriend ever. It's not like I've dated a lot of people, you know? It's not like it's like that thing where, like, I date every guy I know. I'm 22 and I've had 4 total boyfriends. Like, but I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, how do you think that's a good plan? And I'm like, how do you think the rest of the group would feel? No, Luna, you stay down there. This is an emotional time. But yeah, so if you're gonna confess your love to somebody, how about you do it at an appropriate time, okay? Sound good? Because I am traumatized. Yeah. After my rant, let's continue. I feel like my thing's going like so sideways. Here, wait. Goes that way. There we go. Gotta have it nice and centered on me head. I needed to calm down. The Seiko I was friends with wasn't gone. She had been lost. She hadn't been lost. Regardless of whether or not I was able to return her feelings, I owed her at least a thank you. Seiko must have been pretty deep in regret by that point. I needed to get back to her. I needed to let her know that I would still stand by her. I was suddenly distracted by the sound of dripping water nearby. It was as if somebody had left a faucet on, but only just, and it was slowly spilling out onto the floor. But where was it? It sounded close, yet there was no sign of running water anywhere that I could see. I had a bad feeling about this. All I knew was it was close. Like, really close. Wait, no, it couldn't be. I looked down at my feet and I gasped. Okay. Uncomfortable. Oh, it's black fluid. An unpleasant-looking black fluid was running down my thighs and pooling on the floor beneath my feet, and it wasn't stopping. I didn't know. One thing about guys, or some guys at least, they would start obsessing over one girl. Well, I mean, how nice of me to be worthy of some attention. I was the coolest girl they knew, so... It still stands. I hesitantly collected a bit on my finger and studied it. It wasn't blood. It was almost tar-like in consistency, smooth and viscous. And it seemed to be faintly glowing as well, as if something was coming out of my body. Why was something like this coming out of my body? Oh yeah! I went to wipe my finger on my skirt and shifted in place, only to lose my footing and fall backwards, landing hard on my rear. Why is she so clumsy? I put my hands on the sides of my head, closed my eyes and screamed. I'd reached my limit. I just wanted all of this to be over. All of this. But try as I might to shut out the world was determined not to be ignored. It was like heaven and earth were moving all around me. I felt dizzy. It was like my soul and my body were separating. I became acutely aware of my own mass and started obsessing over it. It was so heavy. My head in particular. The human cranium weighs at least about 5 kilograms, and I could feel every last gram straining on my neck muscles. It was hurting my back. This looks pretty disturbing, I know, but it was black. It wasn't red. It wasn't red fluid. What's happening? I'm losing consciousness. Can't open my eyes. All the blood in my body came rushing up to my head. Why was this happening? I could feel the blood vessels in my face pressing against my skin. I could see blood behind my eyelids. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts so much. The blood just kept coming. It wouldn't stop. It felt as if my blood vessels, my eyes, my whole head could burst at any moment. Somebody please save me. Seiko. Be careful. You're about to fall into the valley of past and future memories.
意識の朦朧と
Just as my last vestiges of consciousness were fading, I heard a little girl's voice. But I was in pain. I was weighed down. I couldn't open my
私を
eyes.
助けたけ
If you wish to save your friend, you'll need to overcome fate itself. What? What are you saying?
一層頭
The
が
heaviness in my head grew at an alarming rate, and I heard a tearing sound behind my ears. There's the sound of a major blood vessel breaking wide open. I was certain I was going to die, but then the pain and the dizziness simply vanished. I had the sensation of a faint shimmering behind my eyes,
塞がっていた目は
and I wondered if I could open them now.
私は
Slowly and carefully, I relaxed the muscles that were so forcibly and fearfully holding my eyelids shut. Where am I? This isn't Heavenly Host.
いつも見慣れた
I knew
風景だ
exactly where I was. I'd seen this image a million times before. I'd seen it just this morning with Seiko. This was my house. Huh? Am I really home? Was it all a dream, maybe?
お母さん
Mom, I'm home.
ただいまおかしいな
Something wasn't right. My field of vision was low to the ground, and everything around me looked much larger than it should. What was going on?
ナオミ
Naomi, guess what? I brought you a cat.
お父さん
Dad,
いつも留守番
you've
して
always been
偉い
so
な
mature, watching the house all by yourself when we're away. Come on, pet it.
よかったわね
Isn't she great, Naomi? Ah,
お母さん
Mom?
この子がいれば
now you'll have
もう
someone to
留守番
keep you
も寂しくない
company.
でしょお父さんもお母さん
Sorry
も
we're always so late coming home from work, sweetie. It's nice that we can trust you,
こ
though.
の猫がいれば
I am really
寂しくない
sorry,
よ
but
な
now you won't be lonely anymore, right?
やめて
Stop this.
メイは家の
May would spend half her time indoors and the other half in the backyard, as if she were out to pasture or something.
テリトリーが狭くて
It may not have been much land, but this was her territory, and she rarely ventured outside of it. Once I was so upset that my parents were going to be late coming home from work again that I scooped up May and ran away from home. For a little while. Papa, Mama, I hate you.
やめて
Stop it.
姉ちゃんがいる
It's because you're here, May. It's because you're here, Mama and Papa don't think they have to come home.
姉ちゃん
It's your fault, you know.
あらあら
Naomi, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Where did you and May run off to?
メイちゃんとど
I'm sorry, May. I don't want us to be apart. I said a really mean thing to you, May. I'm so sorry.
何言ってる
No, it's all right, Naomi. May will always be there for you. She loves you, you know.
あなたの気持ちを
You
ちゃ
can
んと
sense
理解できる
exactly. She can sense exactly how you feel, and she's very understanding.
それからしば
It
らく
wasn't long after that that May ran
ね
away.
私は泣き
I
ながら
searched for her every day through teary eyes, but in the end, she never did come home.
残念だね
It's such a pity. I guess even cats get strange ideas in their head from time to
違う
time.
の
That wasn't
せっ
it.
かくのお友達
And you
だった
two
の
were
に
such good friends too.
私が悪い
I
の
did this.
新しいお友
But
達
you'll
が
make
で
a
き
new
る
friend in no time. You just need to put this out of your mind and move
メ
on.
イちゃんは
It's because May was so understanding and kind-hearted that she disappeared from my life.
私が
If only I hadn't said what I said to
あんなこと言わなければ
her.
よ
May, come back, please, May.
メイちゃん
May,
あなたが
you never change, do you?
お母
Mom?
さんお母さん
Mom, where are you? She's not here. Naomi?
セコ
Seiko?
セコ
Seiko, are you alright? I've been looking all over for you. I'm so sorry about before.
何の反応も
She didn't
返ってこなかっ
respond.
た
But she didn't have to. This was definitely
私には
Seiko.
よく見えな
I
い
can't see you very well. Come a little closer, please. Let me see your
私は
face.
近寄り
I drew in towards Seiko, who was sitting on the ground, and rested my head on her shoulder. Then I wrapped my arms around her. I still couldn't see her face, though it might be because of the dim lighting in the room. But no, that wasn't it. Something was very wrong here. Seiko wasn't moving an inch, and that's when I
冷
realized
たい
her skin was cold. She's dead?
待って
Wait, where was I? Was I at home? Was this Heavenly Host? The last thing I remembered was frantically trying to find her
なん
again.
だか遠くか
I
ら
could smell incense from somewhere far off, and I finally realized this wasn't reality.
岸駅
Now arriving at Kishi Station.
違う
No.
違う
No, this person's sitting perfectly still on the floor, not saying a word. This wasn't Seiko. So who was it?
この子
What you looking at?
真っ暗闇の中
Within the unyielding darkness, I knew that whoever was taking Seiko's shape was coming
ゆっ
toward
くり
me.
と
It's like switching ears for the panting, and it's weird. She's here. She's right next to me. I can feel her breath. I can sense her presence.
なの
Who are
友
you?
達よ
I'm your friend with the broken neck, remember?
あなたが死な
This
せ
is
て
the
しまう
future,
未
where
来
you make me die. Why did you leave me by myself back there? After we finally managed to get back together, too.
この人
I was so worried that I'd hurt you. So worried, and that's why things turned out this way. No, don't say that.
打ちひしがれる
As I lay there
私の前
stricken
に
with grief, I heard the
小さな
footsteps of a
女の子
child
が後ろに
approach.
上げると
I looked up and saw a little
目の
girl
前
with a
に
red dress standing
赤い
over
服
me.
の女の子が立っている
どうしても助け
Do you
たい
want to save your friend, no matter what it takes?
あなたは
What are you?
この世界の
I'm the one who
運命を
controls the fate of this world.
何を言っているのか
I
わ
had
から
no
ない
clue what she meant by that,
だけど
but I remembered that she'd been giving me advice this whole time. She had a different air about her than the other spirits around the school building. I felt like maybe she was on my side. I want to save her, please. If there's some way to do it, tell me
もう
how.
一度
I'll give you another chance to remember. Think hard.
今見たのは
What you've just seen are events from your past, which is also the future through which your spirit now passes. In other words, this isn't the first time you've experienced the sequence of events, but you already knew that, didn't you? This sort of thing doesn't happen. It should have sounded like complete nonsense to me. But I didn't say a word. I just nodded. There were only fragments, but nonetheless, I was seeing crystal clear visions of what I can only assume was my first time experiencing these events. The sense of deja vu I'd been feeling wasn't just some crazy delusion or a misidentified nerve impulse in my brain, it was real.
だったら
Then you've already seen the trigger event from which your despair originated. So now, you fight. Fight against this fated demise. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the third floor of the school building. When did I get here? How long had I been here? I looked down, and sure enough, there were puddles of black all around me. It was that viscous fluid that is spilling out from inside me. A palpable manifestation of dread spreading out across the floor. But this was no time to skulk. I had to think about Seiko. I'd left her all by herself, again. I wonder if she's still in the custodian's room. That sound. It was coming from inside the bathroom. There was a violent banging coming from one of the stalls. With a lump in my throat and a shiver down my spine, I slowly crept in to take a look. See, look! See, look! You see him, Peter? You see how the stalls don't go all the way to the ground? It's a little cut off on here. But you can see it on the farther stalls. See? I don't know why it's like a little bit cut off. Where is my mouse? I don't know. It's a little bit cut off on there. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what I meant. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory. It didn't feel like there was anyone else in there with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the third stall door from the back. Think about it. This was the source of all the bad feelings and uncomfortable premonitions I'd been having. I knew what I was going to find. I remembered this future. Then why aren't you hurrying the fuck up? This was the future I absolutely had to prevent from coming to pass. The image of what waited for me in the stall was burned into my memory. And it was now a reality. Seiko! Ugh. Naomi. Seiko, you're still alive? I'll save you! There it was again, a flash of the sad future that awaited us if I made even one wrong move here. But there was still time, I could still save her. Hold on, I'll get you down. But how? Her noose was pretty high off the ground. I needed some way to get up to neck height in order to pull her down safely. Something to stand on? No, think of something else. The bucket breaks. No, I remember now. The bottom of that bucket is rusted through. I fall, and I wind up breaking Seiko's neck. There must be some other way. Some way to loosen the rope so she can breathe. Go pick her up. Though only half conscious, Seiko was thrashing about wildly, frantically squirming for air. It seemed automatic, like a reflex. The body struggled for life when life was being denied from it. All I could see, as I watched her body writhing on that rope, was proof positive that she wanted to live. I'm going to save you, I swear! I was going to be alright. I could see the future. Fate was on my side for a change. Think if I think again, she dies. I knew I had to lift Seiko's body into the air, loosening the pull on the rope so she could breathe. Unfortunately... Oh. Ah! While writhing, Seiko inadvertently kicked me square in the jaw. The force of the blow caused me to stumble and fall backwards. Seiko! She's really suffering. I have to hurry. Fuck. Seiko's neck was twisted unnaturally. Her arms and legs hung limply and swayed with the leftover momentum of the struggle that would plague her no more. God, no. No! Seiko! I didn't make it in time. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe this was all predestined to happen. An inescapable fate. I didn't want to accept it, but here we are. Here it is. Still, I should have been able to change it. Fear, despair, and anger were all swirling around inside my head, and I couldn't do a thing to quell them. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it! But I couldn't stop it. What the hell was wrong with me? I just went through the same motions as before. I made the exact same mistakes, and now... Seiko. Is that actually a bad ending? I actually don't know. Because I feel like I don't remember her living. Seiko, no, don't leave me alone here. Don't leave me without me. Don't leave here without me. A cold silence surrounded me. I was the only living being left. This was the ultimate despair, the hopelessness of being completely alone. And no matter how much I screamed, Seiko would never speak to me again. I was very worried, Peter. Think it's... No, wait, I remember this too. If I try to lift her, I'm just going to end up pulling her down harder and breaking her neck. Seiko! What? I just got incredibly lightheaded. I think I actually started having a stress-induced something there, Peter. I almost just straight up passed out. I felt it. Don't stress me out like this. Don't you know I have brain damage? Luna, no. Luna, no. What do I do? There has to be something else. Hold her up on my shoulders. That was it. I needed to lift her higher up. I quickly ducked under Seiko's body and forced myself between her wildly flailing legs until she was sitting on my shoulders. This game's capable of people stressing people beyond its gameplay, yep. I then put everything I had into my back muscles, standing up and lifting her into the air. This created enough slack in the rope that the upper half of Seiko's body, weakened as it was, naturally collapsed against the back wall. Thinking fast, I took a step forward and actively pushed her into it, holding her in place so that her head wouldn't drop back down again. Stay with me! Breathe! That's not breathing. Breathe! Breathe! I don't like that font, how the B and the R go together. You notice that? That's bad font. Everything else has good spacing, but that. I'm going to get you out of this rope now, okay? Just hold still.
全身の毛が
All
逆
the hair on my body was standing on end.
私は
I actually did it. I averted fate. I prevented Seiko's death. I could feel it all throughout my being. I had just stepped into a new world, a new destiny. Yeah, we need a better one.
不思議だった
It was an odd sensation. My deja vu, my memories of that horrible future had ground to a halt. I had no idea what would happen to me from now on. What would happen from now
この子
on?
の死だけを
Seems the only memories I retained from that other timeline were the ones relating to my dearest friend's demise.
暴れるのをやめ
Seiko had stopped squirming and simply slumped over, exhausted from the whole ordeal. I reached my hand up to her neck, gently and carefully, and after a lot of fumbling, I successfully untied the knot on the rope.
ほどけたロープを
Peeling the slack noose off of Seiko's neck made sort of a crackling sound with each yank. I was in awe of how much force that rope had
安く
exerted.
てたまらない
It was painful just to think about it.
あんな
My
に
name's in
楽
the
し
game.
そう
It's been in there multiple times. Up through the morning, she was all smiles and laughter. She was always thinking about me and always so kind and outgoing. Why did something so horrible have to happen to her?
だけど
But there was nothing to be afraid of anymore. Seiko had now bypassed the sad fate that had previously awaited us.
もう怖く2人いれば大丈夫だ
As long as the two of us were together, we'd make it through this. I looked down at Seiko, still breathing, and sobbed. I led Seiko out of the stall and gently laid her down on the bathroom floor. She was too weak to go any farther just yet.
聖子
Seiko, you idiot! Why would you try to hang yourself? She didn't.
もう
I was so worried about you. You have no
聖
idea.
子の体に
I laid my head on her body. She was so warm. I wasn't going to let her go again. I wasn't going to let anyone take her from me. It's okay. It's okay now. I'm sorry, Seiko. I won't ever leave you alone again. Do you understand? Can you see me? It's me, Naomi. What is it? She's gonna think Naomi's a lunatic. Yep. There it is.
聖子
Seiko!
どうしたの
What's wrong? It's me. It's me.
聖子の様子が
Seiko
おかしい
wasn't acting like
ま
herself.
るで
Yeah, she almost just
恐ろしい
died.
ものに
She was
再会
regarding
した
me
よう
as
な
if she'd seen a ghost. Her face was plainly painted with abject fear from the very depths of her soul.
足をふらつかせ
She
ながら
stumbled to her feet clumsily, then hastily darted out of the room.
聖子
I mean, I just saved your life or whatever.
どうして
Why? I didn't understand. Was she confused? Either way, I had to catch her. See, but in the first game, when you see the replay, like the video, the cassette, Seiko, like, obviously can tell that something's up with Naomi, and she's saying, Naomi, wake up, wake up. And so, why is she running away when she knows that it wasn't Naomi herself who did it? I guess she doesn't know if Naomi's, like, unpossessed or whatever, but...
待ってよ
Wait, tell me what's wrong! It's me, it's
聖
Naomi!
子の後を追って
I kept pace with Seiko's frantic, unsteady sprinting as she turned the corner and headed down the staircase. And then... I remember this! I remember this! You met... Remember the piano wire?
ちょっと
No. Why? Why? Seiko, I saved you! I just saved you! Ugh, it smells rotten. Oh, poor you, poor you. Did you really think you could save her?
一度この学校
Once someone's fate passes through these halls, it locks in place forever.
わかるかな
Don't you see? If your destiny is to die here, then that's what's gonna happen, no matter what. Yeah, I don't mess around.
できないのそれは
And the way you die will just keep getting worse and worse every time.
ひどいいい子
Good girl. Good girl.
逃げる
Don't worry, I'll gladly extract all your painful memories for now.
あなた
This isn't your first time here after all, right?
これからたっぷ
We
り
all have time. We have all the time in the world to savor all the new, unspeakable ways your friend can die. She's so damn evil. Yep. Just a little bit. No need to mock me, just saying. Don't need to kick a gal when she's down. Such unbelievable cruelty. This was an inhuman malevolence, the likes of which I'd never even imagined could exist.
私が余計なことをした
Because of my own overzealous actions, Seiko wound up meeting a fate even worse than death by
もっとひどい
hanging.
私のせいで
It's my fault. My fault!
聖子の方に
Tears began raining down on Seiko's cheek,
絶対に
in her forehead, into her nose, into her mouth, into her eyes. But Seiko's eyes wouldn't close.
焦点の
Despite lacking the ability to focus anymore, she just kept staring right at me.
聖子
Oh, Seiko, what are you looking at right now? What thoughts are you going through your
どう
mind?
してさっき
Why did you run from me earlier? Why were you so afraid?
いくら問いかけ
But no matter how many times I asked her these questions, Seiko just wouldn't answer.
何があっても
I told her we'd always be friends, no matter what. That we'd always be together.
答えてよ
Answer me, please, say something. Don't leave me here all alone.
まだ
I could still feel the warmth from Seiko's head in my arms, but she was gone now. I was powerless. All I could do was scream.
ただ同国することし
How
か
is
できなかった
copium? She's trying to cope. She's sad.
何もできない
There was nothing else to do. Nothing would change.
張り巡らせ
Now not that screaming helped. All that it did was echo back at me, as if mocking my pain. Felt like I was trapped in a cold, damp cell.
ここは
I had no doubt in my mind that this was hell.
どうして
Why do we have to be put through this nightmare? God, I can't take it anymore. Get me out of here. Someone please save me. Number 1 clear. Chapter 2 is now playable. Soulforce Testimony unlocked in bonus. Wow. Achievement unlocked, hard feelings. Remember, because the text that was getting sent was saying no hard feelings? God damn. Well, I did a lot of live streaming today. We did our cooking. We did our corpse partying. I feel like I've been a productive person. Make sure to check out the Twitch on the clips on my YouTube, because they are quite funny. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream after that. No way to save her then? Well, shit. Yeah, apparently not. Apparently there's nothing you can do. She's just destined to die. Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me. I just threw something away in the trash can, and then I was looking at the screen and I could see Luna in my peripheral vision, and I don't know why it looked like something was coming from the trash can. I was about to lose my shit. Okay, well, I'll go watch them right after this. Hell yeah. Well, have a good night, Beater. Thanks for hanging out the whole time. That was fun. Maybe see you tomorrow, depending on how I feel after my surgery. But yeah. Good night.